Welcome to the show with the three amigos. Hochman, Crowder, and Solana on FM radio. Them boys be sliding, so we riding and we ready to go. 100,000 watts full throttle, baby, ready to blow. We passing coca to Jupiter, we got your attention. You can tune in anywhere, but listen at your discretion. To the legend, Mr. Hochman, can't stop him, each other deuce. My brother got his own hot burger at Tucker Deuce. Now my rush more of these sports, spitting the truth. It's Channing Crowder, greatest golf in 2 by 52. Solana one best of Miami, the voice of FIU. We reppin' to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers too. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Crips, so it's always about the you. Hey Jimmy, please get a bell on the phone and tell him that it's on. I finally got his name on the song, can't do it wrong cause it sounds so sweet. You spit the facts while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey,
live from the Play Show, yet not overly ostentatious studios of 104.3 FM WQAM. It's Hochman, Crowder, and Solana on this Wednesday edition that the Heat still have Giannis Antetokounmpo of WQAM, another show for Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. But like Hawk's not here, Zach Gelb in. Also, Channing Crowder is en route to Portland, so I guess at some point he's going to stop by today. But we still got Solana and Jimmy. Clay Ferrero is going to join us coming up in 25 minutes from now. Coach L will grace us with his presence all throughout the 3 p.m. hour. And we're ready to rock on another day of the Heat unofficially having Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I'm sure that was a weird spot for you last night, Solana, because no one cares about the draft picks, because the draft picks that they're making, Nate Ament, isn't really their pick. At least they let the kid go to the podium at the Barclays Center when he did speak to us. I was in Brooklyn last night for the draft wearing the Milwaukee Bucks hat. But who cares about the draft when you got Giannis Antetokounmpo?
It was the weirdest experience, Gelby, I've ever had doing one of those shows, because the Heat are picking 13th, and literally we could not care less about who the Miami Heat were going to end up drafting. It was just like Tobin and I were there, and it was one of those things where the Heat themselves weren't talking about Giannis because it's not official and they can't, talk about it. And literally nobody wanted to talk about the 13th pick. It was bizarre. It was fun, by the way. Like, the vibes were good. People were jacked up. It's been a while since we walked around that building, and like, people were genuinely hyped up and excited for the upcoming season, but still a little just unusual, a little unorthodox.
You were like at a baby shower. Like, everyone knows what's coming. You don't want to say congratulations yet, and you hope there's no complications. We hope that whatever happened with the Ravens and Max Crosby doesn't happen with the Heat and Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think Solana would go to heaven or hell, something like that, if this trade does get rescinded. But everyone knows that there's a big event coming, and you're just waiting until July 6th for it to be official. However, I do have one big concern about this.
Here we go.
And I'm not having buyer's remorse. This is the right move for the Miami Heat. But last night, you see a nice, wonderful thing. Vegas is playing New York with the Liberty, and Asia Wilson is on the Aces, Bam Adebayo's girlfriend, right? And Giannis and Bam are together. They're walking out on the court. And Solana, you think that's like a beautiful moment and a wonderful moment. And it's like, oh, look at these teammates. They're already interacting together. This is going to be the next 1-2 punch, right? Splendid moment last night, correct?
It was just filled with aura. Is exactly what it was. Totally filled with aura.
Big problem, though.
Why is that?
The Aces lost the game. So I have to ask you, is Giannis Antetokounmpo a bad luck charm already? Are him and Bam going to have issues?
Well, let me double check what Asia Wilson's stats were last night, and then I'll let you know if he's a bad luck charm, because the New York Liberty are a quality team. Gub, I don't know how much of the WNBA you pay attention to. Asia Wilson,
16 points last night.
16,
7 of 18
9.
from the field, was 0 for 3 from 3, which is actually very fitting, because right now the Heat have no shooters, and they couldn't even use Asia Wilson because she wouldn't help whatsoever.
Yeah, but 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. That's a stat line. That's a Giannis type stat line, Gelby. It is.
So is this just basically putting it out there? New York, Miami, they meet up in a big game down the road in the NBA playoffs, and does the same outcome happen where the Liberty and the Knicks get the victory and the Heat do not?
I don't know. I saw some guy already run the entire simulation on NBA 2K next season. And
Oh,
guess
yeah?
who the Miami Heat defeat in the first round in 5 games? Those stinking Knicks.
Are you
Took them
guys the
out in
7
5.
seed?
Yeah, because Giannis got hurt, knock on wood,
Oh,
early in the
geez.
season. So the Heat ended up being the 6 seed. The Knicks were the 3 seed. Nah, I mean, that video, Gelby, where Bam and Giannis are walking
cool.
out of the tunnel and they're headed to their seats, that was cool. That was a really, really cool thing to see yesterday. I also didn't realize that Giannis was already back here. Like, I didn't know where he was. I think there was a report that he was on his way back to the
That he was
States.
on his way back, yeah.
Yeah, but you just, like, you hadn't seen him yet. I wasn't sure, Gelby, if he was going to show up to the arena last night and kind of just poke his head out and then dip. Like, I don't know what the rules are there. Yeah.
But to already go with Bam to the game, cool. That shows you that Giannis's heart is in the right place. And it was, cool. He wanted to be seen last night. You know who also wants to be seen and heard from? LeBron James. And we all know LeBron James could be an egotistical douche. We all know that with King James. And there's always a method to his madness. So LeBron James's story the other night is Giannis Antetokounmpo, where he had that moment where they lost to the Heat in the playoffs. And he was asked, like, is this a failure of a season? And he said, Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years were a failure. He asked that. So LeBron puts us out last night and he goes, wonderful wisdom, words of wisdom here by Giannis. Failure only exists when you refuse to try. So I look at this one of 2 ways. I will give you the logical way, and then I will give you the Solana way of looking at this.
Okay.
The logical way is this is LeBron saying, everyone talks about me and Michael. See, even Michael Jordan didn't win a championship each and every year because he's so insecure about that. The other way is, Giannis Antetokounmpo, now on the Heat. Bam Adebayo continues to be with the Heat. The Heat could use another player. We speculated maybe LeBron James coming back to Miami and taking his talents back to South Beach. Is this LeBron James, like when you go to a dog park, you have a dog, and like you have the 2 or 3 dogs in the dog park. They see one another. They start sniffing one of another around. They sniff the butt, and then they see if they want to hang out. Is this LeBron starting to sniff the butt of one Giannis Antetokounmpo?
You know, Gelby, we've been talking about this. We spent a little bit of time on it yesterday.
I want Heat Homer here. Come on.
Give it
to me.
Just because. And about a week and a half ago, when the Giannis thing was still just a dream, there was this report that, you couldn't necessarily rule out LeBron and Giannis coming to Miami. And Hawk didn't want to hear any of it. He said, stop, let's not be unrealistic. This is stupid. Didn't want to talk about it at all. And Gelby, LeBron James is very calculated with everything he says. Every word, every syllable, every post of his is a calculated move. And I don't know. I mean, why would he do that? Why would he post that yesterday, right after the Giannis Antetokounmpo news? I think LeBron, at the very least, Gelby, at the very least, it's in the back of his mind. Get traded for Jared Allen and go fill that void in Cleveland, or go play with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bam Adebayo, and Eric Spoelstra, and get to live on South Beach again. Which one sounds better?
Well, he was in like a gated area. Let's be real. When he was on that private road, I remember going past, and they're like, "Oh, that's where LeBron lives."
Yeah, but he used to ride his bike. Used to ride his bike to the arena. And in December, January, February, gets to go to the beach. Gets to go sit by the pool in the afternoon. Gelby, come on, it's the obvious choice. It's the 305.
It may be time to dust off Jim Gray, that old curmudgeon son of a bitch, and have LeBron do one last decision. And Austin Reeves, big extension coming with the Lakers. So now, all right, is LeBron going to want to take less to stay with the Lakers? Him and Pelinka could have a falling out. Cavs speculation, maybe there's a trade. Jared Allen, people in Cleveland saying, well, for 1 year of LeBron, you want to lose the next 4 or 5 years of Jared Allen? Process by elimination. If the Lakers go, if the Cavs go, there's one team left. And who would it be? Alejandro Solana's Miami Heat. LeBron, come on to Miami. And hey, We can wait till July 6th. Imagine LeBron walking out with Giannis, walking out with Bam Adebayo, and LeBron, just for old time's sakes, go, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 7, not 8. Like, he's probably only going to play another year or two, but that would, now having Giannis, I had no appetite with Giannis not here to see LeBron come back to Miami. I just thought it was pointless, like go back to Cleveland or stay in LA. Now with Giannis Antetokounmpo in Miami with Bam Adebayo, LeBron James, I could have an appetite for him coming back to South Beach.
It changes everything, Gelb. Like, Giannis really does change everything. I wanted to get into it with you a little bit later regarding the way people are perceiving this version of Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm seeing a lot of people say he's not in his prime anymore. He's washed. But aside from that, Ira yesterday said to us that if you had to choose between Wiggins and Powell, those two, or LeBron James, that he would choose Wiggins and Powell. And I understand that logic. And I'm not saying that I disagree with Ira, but it could come down to Norman Powell needing to cash in on that 1 year where he can finally cash in after the All-Star season that he had never had before. And it might not end up being in Miami. It kind of feels like it's trending that way. Who knows, right? We'll see how this all shapes up over the next week or so. But if that's the case, there is a pathway, Gelby. Sign and trade Norm to the Lakers and or somewhere else and make that deal with LeBron coming to Miami. Like, there's a pathway for it. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I wouldn't be opposed, is all I'll tell you. I would not be opposed.
I'm not great at math, but right now I would say 40% chance he goes back to the Lakers. 50% he goes back to the Lakers. 30% that he goes to Cleveland. 20% the Heat. I think that adds up. 50, 60, 70, 80. Yep, 20. That's 100. Look at me. I'm not good at math. That was the toughest thing I've ever had to do right there. Jimmy even gave me 2 thumbs up. He goes, this idiot that's in sports media, no way he's going to be able to add to 100 right here. Like, I think there's a 20%. I don't think it's likely. I'm not going to sit here and say I expect LeBron to be here. But if you would ask me 2 weeks ago, is LeBron go back to Miami? I would say no. Now we're talking about a 20% chance potentially. And the way that this would go is the Lakers annoy him. Cleveland doesn't have the appetite to trade for him because they don't want to get rid of Allen and they don't want to get rid of Mobley to make the salaries work. And then it's like, where else are you going to go? Could he go to Golden State? There are other options out there, but sure. Miami, they're there and they're lurking. They're starting to lurk again.
There's really only like a couple realistic options. We went through them yesterday. Golden State, to me, not that it's likely he goes there, but it makes sense. You could see
Steph.
Why. Right. It just makes sense. Lakers staying there. I don't know, man. I feel the same way I did yesterday. The Austin Reeves thing changes everything to me in terms of LeBron. We'll see. Cleveland, obviously, everybody expects him to go back to Cleveland. But if the Cavs really have to give up Jared Allen for LeBron James, I mean, really? They're going to do that for LeBron's retirement tour? That doesn't make them better in terms of how they have to get through the opponents that they haven't been able to get through, which is now a front court of the Miami Heat with Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bam Adebayo, which is the New York Knicks who swept them out of the playoffs and made it look easy. I'm not saying Jared Allen's better than LeBron, obviously, but when you just talk about matchups, when you just talk about the state of that team and the way that they operate, their front court is everything to them along with Donovan Mitchell. He's going to go team up with Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell and lose Jared Allen. Like that
and
team.
Fat James Harden. Don't forget about him.
James Harden. It just doesn't make any sense
and
to me.
strip club.
If we're just talking about overall fit, what did we say yesterday, Gelby? If LeBron wants to continue to win and be in a position where he can win, he can't be the number one anymore. We know that, right? He can't be the number one every given night for 82 games. It's just not going to work. He can't be the number two on a title contender. I think we saw enough of a sample size with Luka and him last season, even though you made a great point. At the end of the year, they were coming on strong, and who knows what would have happened. But why not embrace, if you're LeBron, being the number three on a team? You're still LeBron James. You're still the face of the NBA. You're still the greatest player or second greatest player of all time, whatever the hell you want to say. And now, less toll on your body. You don't have to be relied upon night in, night out. Giannis and Bam carry the weight. You get to be the de facto point guard, surround those three with shooters, And you're talking about a legit, maybe the best third option in the history of the NBA.
And it's also not crazy to say that LeBron will feel insulted by the Lakers. The Cavs don't want to part with a piece like Jared Allen. And then it's like, where do you go? It's not that far away. It's not that many steps to when Miami gets into this conversation. And also because my view from this, from bird's eye view, the championship with Cleveland, we've talked about this, matters the most. That after that, you could debate the Lakers championship, his first championship with Miami, then the second one beating the San Antonio Spurs. He goes back to end his career in Miami. It goes from like, yeah, he just went there for 4 years. It was like graduating high school, going to college, and you went back to your home. Like, I think that was the analogy he used. This would then be like, oh, no, the Heat were a little bit extra more important to him than we probably all realize if he comes and ends his career in Miami. And old people love to go to retire in Florida, so why not do it?
Everybody embraced that whole, like, 4 years of college thing when he came to Miami. Like, everybody, Dwayne Wade talked about it, and LeBron started talking about it. We've heard people from the Miami Heat talk about it, and really, like, that became the way everybody described LeBron's time in Miami. And look, I get it. 4 years, he won 2 titles, he learned how to win.
It was a good spin on rejection.
It was a great spin on rejection. It really was. And it was his time to leave. The reality is he thought Dwayne Wade's knees were banged up and he wanted an out, and he saw the out to go back to Cleveland. And hey, it all worked out for him, obviously, with the title. I know, Gelby, like, I think he has deep respect for this organization. And I think more than anything, he loved living in Miami. I really do. And if he does feel disrespected by the Lakers, and if the Cleveland thing just isn't going to work out, and he's not ready for that one last retirement tour, and the Cavs aren't willing to let go of one of their centerpieces to give LeBron that opportunity because they feel like they still have a window to go compete, Miami might end up being the only logical option for LeBron James.
I could see LeBron at Prime 112 again. I could see LeBron at Carbone with the big glass of vino. I could see it. He may go there anyway, but he could be a member of the Heat when he goes there next. All righty, let's get the headlines with Solana.
All right. Our headlines are brought to you. Jimmy, I'm going to come to you for a Marlins update here because I'm not able to stream right now. They're brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or at DoralVolkswagen.com. Jimmy, let me get a Marlins update. They're playing the Rangers right now.
Don't mess this up, Jimmy. This is a big spot for you.
It is the top of the 8th, 2 outs, and the batter has 2 strikes.
What's the score?
2-1.
Who are they playing?
Jimmy, the only thing I needed from you was a score. That's the only thing. The
Against
Marlins,
the Texas Rangers.
The Marlins have 2 runs. The Rangers have 1. You gave me a whole lot of nothing. Absolutely nothing. The batter is up to bat, and there's a pitcher with the ball in his hands. He's going to throw it to the catcher.
They're out of the inning, so we're going to the bottom half of the 8th.
So Marlins are winning 2-1.
Correct.
All
Too
right.
bad we weren't in the 7th. We could have Jimmy do like a 7th inning stretch live on the air. That would have been fun.
Jimmy, call the Marlins and ask them if you can sing the 7th inning stretch next week. Call the Marlins right now.
In a Tartan Army kilt. All right.
Tonight, by the way, you mentioned the Tartan Army. We have the 3rd group stage match hosted here in Miami. It is going to be Brazil and it is going to be Scotland tonight at Hard Rock Stadium or Miami Stadium. AJ DeBanza goes number 1. Gelb, I know you were at the draft yesterday. What was the vibe like there yesterday when, no surprises, DeBanza goes number 1?
I thought it was a quick moving draft, which I saw some people on social media didn't think that was the case, but I've been in those rooms and you feel like you're there forever. But DeBanza going 1 over Peterson, I think there was just some concerns going back to college with Peterson with the motor and in and out of the lineup. DeBanza just seems like he's going to be a consummate professional. And I'm not saying he's going to turn the Wizards around. I asked him that last night, like, why are you built differently? And he's talking about defense and everything, but that guy's going to be a very good player.
Yesterday, the Heat, of course, as Gelby mentioned, they do end up selecting that 13th overall pick, Nate Ament. He's a forward out of Tennessee. I'm glad, Gelby, that they put him in the Bucks jersey. The Bucks social media team was there to spot him taking off the Heat hat, putting
Did you
on
see those
the Bucks
ugly
hat.
hats, by the way? Like, every hat was bedazzled. Last night.
What are they doing? What's the NBA doing with that? The bedazzled.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
weird.
Maybe that's like a younger person thing. If you gave me a hat that was bedazzled, I would feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, very, very, very weird.
Like, did
by
you
the
mean
way,
to give this to my 3-year-old niece or something? Not me, who's about to get drafted in the NBA.
where'd they take these hats to Claire's and get them all bedazzled? I mean, just bizarre. The Bucks, they did tweet, and the Heat tweeted about it yesterday. No mention of the word Giannis, but the Bucks end up tweeting, "We have agreed in principle to acquire the draft rights to Nate Ament, the 13th overall pick in tonight's draft, from the Miami Heat as part of a deal to be finalized later." So if you were looking for some sort of acknowledgement from everybody officially about this trade, there you go on both sides.
We are the radio home of the Miami Heat, the 3-time world champion Miami Heat. Here's a social media idea. I want Pat Riley eating lamb and saying, "Let's get freaky," and just post it. Little Greek freak reference right there. I think you could get away with it if you're Pat.
I think that could definitely, he won't do it because he doesn't participate in such shenanigans. But I think they could definitely get away with something like that.
Get a little bit older, get a little bit more senile, get a little bit more crazy. I think you get away with it.
We did have Keyshawn Johnson join us yesterday, Gelby, and current player. He's a slam dunk champion. And there's this viral video from that night, which that night it went viral. But since then, and with all the Giannis stuff, people have been reposting where Keyshawn does a reverse dunk. He starts doing his dance, and there's video of Giannis behind him dancing with him. So we asked him yesterday, "Hey, is there one moment that sticks out to you from that night?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's that meme that's going around. It's the meme with Giannis dancing behind me." So we got that yesterday from Keyshawn Johnson. But dude, everybody was jacked up yesterday. Like there was just that different vibe inside the arena.
It's like when you're at a boys' trip and the table's all winning when you're at the blackjack table. I kind of felt like that was the vibe last night from the 7 to 9 p.m. draft show, which you guys didn't even stick around to hear the pick because the pick didn't even matter.
We were out of there after the 10th pick. Later, signing off. Enjoy.
Someone's like, I got to go sleep.
Yeah, enjoy Nate Ament, Milwaukee. The Heat are, by the way, slotted to pick today the 11th pick of the second round. There were some reports that maybe they'd be considering moving up in the second round. We'll see what ends up happening, but second round of the draft is tonight. You know who's on the clock? First pick in the second round, Gelby?
The world champion, New York Knicks.
Yeah, the New York Knicks.
You thought I wasn't going to know that.
31st. Yeah. Oh, you were there yesterday.
Well, no, not only that. It's just Zach Gelb knows ball.
Is the draft fun?
I think it's cool because here's the weird thing. You have so much media there, but a lot of people don't ask questions. So I like every clip you see today, they're literally my questions. So I felt as if they just gave me the microphone first. I asked the first question and I could ask whatever I want. So I do enjoy going there and learning a little bit more about the players. Like I didn't think Darren Peterson was as bad as a dude as what people made him out to be. Like I think maybe, I'm not saying that story got overblown because I remember talking about it in the moment, but I don't think he's as much of a concern as I thought he would be.
Yeah, and I saw his dad, very emotional. I believe it was his dad. It was an older gentleman there. They were hugging. Like, he was very emotional when he ended up getting taken. I think you're right. I think that they'll end up, they're going to have some issues with their roster. I was reading earlier today, like, if Ace Bailey's coming off the bench, how's he going to feel about that this year? But, yeah, I think that's all going to get worked out with Darren Peterson. Cam Boozer, by the way, locally here in Miami, he goes number 3 overall to the Memphis Grizzlies. Coach L recruited Cam Boozer, obviously spent a lot of time with him, so interested to hear Coach L's thoughts a little bit later on in the show. Your weather, it's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. Gelb, it's a scorcher today, brother. It's 92 degrees in Miami. It's hot as hell.
You're sweating. I could see Jimmy sweating already, too. Just looking at the cameras, I'm sweating because of that. Clay Ferrero's going to join. Clay Ferrero's going to join us next. It's Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. Hochman's not here. He did have a good run-in. We'll get into that later. A celebrity run-in that is very much so in the news. Crowder will join us at some point. Coach L coming up at 3, but Clay Ferrero will join us next. Hochman, Crowder, Solana, Zach Gelb in for Hoch on a Wednesday.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
And he kicks people in the penis.
Got what you I'm alright. Nobody but about me. Why you got to give me a fight?
All righty, welcome back in. It is Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. Zach Gelb in for Mark Hochman on this Wednesday. We continue to react to the Miami Heat unofficially acquiring Giannis Antetokounmpo. Clay Ferrero does a great job as a sports anchor reporter for Local 10 in South Florida. And by the way, Local 10 is now the official TV home of the Miami Heat. Clay Ferrero joins us right now on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, toyotaofhollywood.com. Clay, appreciate the time. How are you?
I'm doing great. You are already way better than Hawk with that compliment on the intro. So thank
Agreed.
you. I appreciate that. You're way ahead in my book.
It's a low bar. I don't have the best vertical, being a 6'4" large man, but I could still jump, and I have better knees than Crowder. So it's only up from here.
It reminds me of that old, I forget the shoe commercial, whatever it was, where Sinbad goes, hey, Slim, show him that 2-inch vertical, brother. It's exactly what you're talking about. I love it.
Let me start you off. We haven't had you on the show since the Heat got Giannis, or unofficially got Giannis. When the deal did go down, where it was looking like he was going to go to Boston with Jaylen Brown getting into the fold, going back to Milwaukee in some capacity, and then basically in the middle of the night, boom, Giannis is going to Miami. What was the first thought?
Wow. I think you kind of followed this whole thing like a roller coaster, like everybody else did. And, when that Chris Haynes report came out about Boston seemingly being the front runner, I think that was the first time where it kind of felt like, man, this probably isn't going to happen, just because of how well connected Haynes is. And then you kind of take a step back and you're like, well, wait a minute, why would that be getting leaked? What's the motivation behind a leak like that? And what you learn through this process is there's always a reason, there's always a motivation behind every leak. So then when it popped and you got your Shams notifications on, then you saw Blockbuster. I was like, oh God, here we go. Who is? And you see Miami Heat, and it's just, man, they did it. They actually did it. And then, obviously, it's now the process goes to how do you fill out the roster around Giannis and Bam, and I think there's some very, very enticing options there. They can build a very strong team.
Clay, before we even get there, who's the biggest winner from this entire situation? Is it Giannis Antetokounmpo coming to Miami? Is it Bam Adebayo pairing up with, for sure, the best player he's ever played with in a Heat jersey? Is it Pat Riley in the front office? Is it the Milwaukee Bucks with the haul they got? Is it the Boston Celtics for maybe driving up the Miami Heat's price in this entire thing? Like, who comes away with this feeling better than everybody else in the entire trade?
So I'll go with option F, none of the above, and I'll go with Heat fans. Like, I just think it's been there's been such a malaise over the last couple of years. And really, if you even go back to just when stuff started to fall apart with Jimmy, and it was just like, okay, like it's time now, like something else has to happen. This isn't working. And then this year, I think it was finally the straw that broke the camel's back. We were like, okay, we cannot just retool anymore. We got to figure something out. And they did. And I think that was something that it wasn't just felt by the fan base. I think it was certainly felt by the front office. So if you want to give me like a 1B as far as the biggest winners, it's the fact that the Heat front office was able to pull this off. So there's your 1A and 1B right there. Obviously, it's going to be great for Bam. I want to see what happens with Boston. It almost feels like, I know initially it was like, well, now they have to trade Jaylen Brown. Well, I kind of think maybe it was going that direction anyway, and we'll see how they end up pivoting from that. But I think if you stack it all up, it's the Heat are far and away between their fans and the front office, the winners in this one.
Clay Ferrero here with us, and it makes the Heat relevant again. Like, I was someone that said, okay, they keep on swinging and missing for these stars. Now they get Giannis. They have him with Bam. Sure, they got to go add a ton into that backcourt, but I don't see how any Heat fan right now can't be excited for what the rest of the summer looks like, and then also what the season will unfold this upcoming year.
No, 100%. I think the other thing it finally does is it gets the Heat back to their identity. I felt like the last couple of years there wasn't an identity. And, they tried the thing where they did the high-paced offense, the fast-paced offense, and it looked good for 2 weeks, and then everybody else caught up. But I think what you're seeing now is, man, at the heart of this franchise is toughness and defense, and you're going to build around that. And assuming they're able to get stuff worked out with Andrew Wiggins, he was a very, very good 3-point shooter last year. So you're able to keep that really tough mindset with a wing defender who does really, really well, plus Giannis and Bam, plus Davion Mitchell. And then you just got to go out and find the shooters, whether it's Anthony Simons or you hear Chris Middleton's name, although he's probably towards the back end of that list. But I just think when you start with what they've got, it's getting you back to the core identity of the Miami Heat franchise. And it feels like it's been a minute since we've been there.
Let's get crazy, because I've heard all the names, like the minor names. Let's go big here. And this is something we've been talking about the last 24, 48 hours. Lakers go to LeBron. We want to take a pay cut. LeBron says no thanks. Cavs don't want to maybe trade Jared Allen for LeBron 1 year just for a retirement, or you don't want to get rid of 4 or 5 years of Jared Allen. Do you think there's a chance? Are you telling me there's a chance, Clay, that maybe LeBron could be coming back to Miami?
You never say never, right? I think the other thing that is interesting about that is the only part of LeBron's game really that's slipped, I think, that you can notice is the defensive part. And look, it's natural. Like, God knows I wish I were that close to my peak when I was his age. But I think that when you look at what the Heat are building, and you've already got these defensive pillars, then you bring in a LeBron, man, you're basically just bringing in a guy who can almost be like a point forward and run the show right there. And he can still score and do all those things. So I think he'd be a fantastic fit. But yeah, it's it almost feels like the Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance. And but yeah, you make that call and you see what it would take to make it happen.
I think really LeBron flirting with the Heat fan with that Giannis post. I'm sure you saw it, Clay, is what is kind of, lighting that flame a little bit. But what's kind of, I don't want to say upset me, Clay, maybe bothered me a little bit, but I think I'm shocked more than anything is how many people have come out and claimed that Giannis is no longer the same player because of the injury. And I'm just wondering where your head's at in terms of Giannis Antetokounmpo coming to Miami. He's 31. He'll be 32. Is he still a top 5 player when healthy? And will he be healthy? Do you think there's still prime Giannis years left as he comes to Miami?
Yes and yes. And somebody will have to fact check me on this. I think it was Brady Hawk who was saying this on podcast over on 5 Reasons. But I believe that the Milwaukee Bucks were the best 3-point shooting team in the league when Giannis played. And that ain't because Giannis shoots 3-pointers. It's because he still draws that sort of gravity, and his ability to attack the rim and get downhill is still unmatched for somebody his size, and all eyes are always on him, and that's going to create opportunities for everybody else. So, he can still be a top 5 player, even if he's not averaging 30 plus points a game. I think he can, and I think he could potentially get back to over 30 points a game with the Heat. But even if you're only talking about 25, 27, 28 points a game, but everybody around him is benefiting from the gravity, plus you add in the type of defense that he plays, yeah, he's a top 5 player. So it's nonsense. I think we've seen this over and over again, that players get traded here, and then well, they gave up too much. It's not a good fit, and all this other stuff. And all we've seen over and over again is that when the Heat get that guy, they know how to build around that guy. And the Heat just got that guy again.
Clay, you covering all the stories here. The Hurricanes just lost in the national championship game. They got better at the quarterback position, getting Darian Mensah. You got Tony and Fletcher coming back. The Heat just got Giannis. The Panthers just got another Kachuk. Who's got the best chance to win a championship this year?
That's a great question. I think you got to go with the Hurricanes. Team that just made it to the national title game, to semifinal. And the thing about hockey that's so tough, man, is there is just so much variance, and why it's so hard for teams to win 1, much less 2. Now, if you're telling me that teams are going to stay healthy and the Panthers are going to be able to go back to having the level of play they did a couple of years ago, as far as keeping guys in the lineup, and they're not having to pull guys practically out of the AHL to come up and play, then yeah, I'm giving them as good of a chance, if not better, than anybody. But it's just so hard with hockey for guys to stay healthy. And, healthy is always relative for hockey because you find out guys are like Matthew Tkachuk's playing with his groin torn off the bone and all this stuff. But if you're able to be relatively healthy, I would still say the Panthers, but I also know that that's kind of there's a lot of luck involved with that. Whereas the Miami Hurricanes, there's proof of concept there now, and I believe they upgraded at the quarterback position.
Where are your guts, Clay? All three of them are going to win the Natty and the title and the Stanley Cup and the Larry O'Brien. Miami's back, Clay. Come on, jump on it. Let's go. Miami's back.
Miami's back, all of them. Hey, look, even Miami FC's keeper is killing it in the World Cup, man. Like, we're just and then isn't there some guy that plays for Inter Miami that's supposedly pretty good too?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, what's his name?
He's average.
I think he plays for Argentina. Is that right? So yeah, it's a fun time though, and you don't take these times for granted, especially when you kind of go through some low periods, and now that it appears like it's on the upswing again, man, it is a lot of fun. We can't wait.
We'll just forget about the Dolphins. Last one for me, Clay. When you look at Bam and Giannis together, spacing, how Spo will get creative with that, what's the immediate thought of just those two guys playing on the court together?
Well, I think from an offensive perspective, I can't wait to see what Spo comes up with in the lab. I just think that the possibilities there with those two guys and the spacing is not going to be because, Bam and Giannis are going to be shooting 3-pointers. It's how do we create the spacing with the gravity and the ability to get downhill that somebody like Giannis has. And then, man, why can't Giannis drive to the basket and then when somebody cuts over, throw an alley-oop to Bam? Like, let's get crazy. Let's get weird. And I think there are certainly opportunities to do that. Got to go out and get shooters. I think you got to get one, at least two, and build around that. So I'm excited to see that. But I keep going back to this, guys, man. I cannot wait to see on the defensive end of the floor what teams do when you've got Andrew Wiggins up playing on the perimeter. You've got a guard defender in Davion Mitchell. Okay, maybe you find a way to get by those guys or the ball is moving and wait, there's Bam. Oh, wait, we got by. Oh, and then all of a sudden Giannis comes over and knocks it into the 12th row. Like that's what I can't wait to see.
Clay Ferrero, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much for doing this.
Take care, guys.
There you go. Clay Ferrero joining us, Hochman, Crowder, and Solana on this Wednesday. Zach Gelbin for Hawk. We'll be back after these short messages.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I spend $250,000 a year on gluten.
Coach L going to join us coming up at 3 p.m. for the entire 3 o'clock hour. It's Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. Zach Gelbin for Hawk on this Wednesday. Solana, we keep on talking about Giannis coming to the Heat. Who else are they going to add? I do feel like Norman Powell's gone, but it's not a foregone conclusion. I feel confident that Chris Middleton, who I used to call Closer Chris when he was with Giannis, is going to be taking his talent to South Beach. After that, there's so much speculation from Anthony Simons, from Klay Thompson. It just goes on and on and on. Is there a name that you kind of zeroed in on that you go, I'd rather really want that guy? You just feel like it's inevitable that guy's going to be joining the Heat with Giannis and Bam?
Well, inevitable. Tim Hardaway Jr. makes a lot of sense to me. Obviously, Tim Hardaway's son, but locally in Miami, dude was a high school basketball legend, and everybody knows that the Miami Heat need shooting, right, Gelby? Like, they're going to need shooters. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. proved last year that, he's still got a lot of gas left in the tank. So to me, that makes a lot of sense. He's not going to cost a lot of money, and I'm kind of zeroing in on him. Look, I think Chris Middleton is a legit option. He's not going to be a major piece of your rotation, but why not? Make Giannis feel a little bit comfortable, and you also have somebody who's a veteran that can kind of help move things along a little bit quicker. And I'm not ruling out the possibility of Klay Thompson either in a buyout situation. Like, I think that's a legitimate option for the Heat as well. I know there's a lot of people saying they need a true point guard. They need a true point guard. Gelb, I'm not so much in love with the idea that like point guard is number one necessity for the team, because I think Giannis is going to have the ball in his hands a lot anyways. To me, you got to fill this up with shooters around Giannis, Bam, and if they end up keeping Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, and if Klay, is out there, I could see him coming here, because you got to remember that's a guy that's already won so many championships. So for him, a priority could be, let me go play with some other stars. They need a shooter. I could extend my career by just shooting, and not being a main cog like I used to be. And oh yeah, by the way, I get to go live in Miami. Not the worst case scenario for a guy that's already done it all.
And let's not forget, the idea of him going to Dallas was obviously they were contenders when he ends up signing there, but it was to play off Luka Doncic, who was going to set everything up for them. Well, they're coming off a Western Conference Finals championship when he went and signed there, Gelby, and then their GM took some mushrooms and ended up trading Luka Doncic. And he was kind of stuck there in a situation that they were toast. They weren't going to win, but he wanted to play off of a guy that could set him up. He didn't want to have to create his own shot. He didn't want to have to carry the burden of scoring 18 to 22 points a night. He's not that guy anymore. You come to Miami. You just heard Clay Ferrero talk about how when Giannis was on the court, the Bucks, their three-point shooting was one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league. Like, to me, those are the guys you target right now. Yes, I'm down for the bigger moves. Yes, there's going to be opportunity to sign better players. But if you're telling me that you can get one of Klay Thompson, Chris Middleton, Tim Hardaway Jr., that's a huge step in the right direction.
And also, he's no
LeBron
longer with Megan
James.
Thee Stallion. No.
That's right.
Clay's no longer with Megan Thee Stallion. Some chica bonitas here in Miami. I think that could literally wet his whistle just a little bit. All right, Zach Gelb, say it again.
Understood. I follow you. I see you.
Pun intended. All righty, Zach Gelb here with you in for Mark Hochman. Crowder going to join us at some point in the 3 p.m. hour today. He's traveling to Portland for the pivot. We come on back. Legendary college basketball coach right in our backyard. Coach Jim Larinaga is going to join us. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
Is there any possibility that Billy the Marlin is a bird? Coach, you got me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Your mic is definitely connected. Are you hearing me?
Yes. I'm
Ours?
trying to hold on. I need you to talk so I'm sure I'm hearing you through my headphones. Talk.
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
Yep. I'm hearing you through my headset.
Perfect. Awesome, Coach. Looking
Well, I'm
forward to it.
enjoying your conversation with Zach about Giannis.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Exciting.
missed a clip. I had to do something. Who were the shooters you're talking about the Heat being able to go after?
I mean, there's a lot of guys right now. Like we're still so early in the in the conversation. I mean, the trade hasn't even been finalized, Coach. It won't be finalized until July 6th or 7th, once the free agency period opens up. But you know, a lot of people are speculating Tim Hardaway Jr. could be coming back to Miami, like that range of shooter. You know,
How much money do we have to work with?
It just depends. It depends what ends up happening. There's a lot of reports that just to catch you up, that it will end up being a multi-team trade that could include maybe a Norman Powell sign-in trade elsewhere. Doesn't mean that that's going to happen. This is just pure speculation.
Yeah.
So right now, the Heat still have their mid-level exception. They have to figure out what they're going to do with Norman Powell. They have his bird rights. They also have to figure out Andrew Wiggins. He has a player option. He can opt in or he can opt out, and they can re-sign him, open up some more cap space there as well. So we'll see. It'll be interesting for sure.
How old is Wiggins?
32, I believe. Let me double check that. 31. He turns 32 in February.
Well,
31.
he's still young enough, but if I were them, I'd be looking for youthful legs.
I'm with you. Save it, though.
And,
I want to hear
shooting.
this. I want to hear this on the air. All right, Coach.
All right, when do we come back?
In the next 2-3 minutes, we'll be back. Crowder should be joining us momentarily. He's in Portland, okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
3 o'clock hour right here, Hochman, Crowder. 3 o'clock hour, Hochman, Crowder, and Solana here with you on 104.3 FM, WQAM. Zach Gelb in for Hawk on this Wednesday, and it is the 3 o'clock hour. Look at this. He made it to Portland. Surprised by that, Channing Crowder, but forget about him. We need to welcome on in the legendary Jim Larinaga. Coach L is here with us for the entire 3 o'clock hour. Coach, how you been?
I'm good, Zach. I'm happy to see you instead of my nemesis, Hawk, behind the microphone. Hawk always giving me a hard time about the foods I eat when the guy's got the worst eating habits of all time. So, how you doing, Zach?
I'm doing great. I'm like the Michael Jordan of the food world, and I'll get on you if I hear some bad food takes. But, oh, my God, we're in a crazy time right now with Giannis Antetokounmpo coming to the Heat.
No, some great times ahead. I love Giannis. I love what he brings to the table. I think our fan base is going to be really excited. I think season tickets will be sold at a major clip, maybe since the LeBron era. And even Solana likes him. And that's hard because he's going to have to decide, does he like Bam or Giannis more? Bam is on the Mount Rushmore of NBA basketball. Does Giannis surpass him and become the George Washington, where he's first and foremost?
Well, Coach, Solana's forehead is so big, I'm hearing that he's going to get a tattoo. Bam and Giannis, right on that big cabeza of his.
I mean, Coach, let's be honest. Giannis has never scored 83 points in a game. I mean, come on.
He thinks a lot. That's why his forehead is big.
Hey, Zach, I never noticed Solana's forehead till you just mentioned it.
Yeah, that's cute, Coach.
That's cute, Coach. You lit him up about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, no, that was about 3 months ago. That was a ways back.
Hey, Coach, the thought of that where I hate that they're criticizing the Giannis move with 3 1s and a 2 and a pick swap and 4 players and all. My thought is you go get a Giannis and you deal with that on the back end, like you did with the salary cap.
Oh, it's 305.
It's 305.
Dale.
Bless.
Dale.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome.
And, of course, it's 305, sponsored by Miami Lake Chevrolet, where you walk in as a customer and drive out as family.
But, Coach, what's your thought on that? Well, my thing is get a whale in, and then we'll figure this thing out on the back end.
Crowder, I'm right with you, man. You want to start with your main players and then build around them. And then you guys in the first hour were talking about we got to get shooters around them because, Bam can shot 38% from 3, but he's not a three-point shooter. He's not Wemby. Which I'm happy about, by the way, and neither is Giannis. So you have to have balance in your offense. When you're putting together a team, you need complementary parts. So are we going to be able to keep Wiggins or Norm Powell or who are the guys, Mitchell, we're going to surround those 2 guys with? And even though I think, I can't remember who said it, but I think we've just become one of the premier defensive teams, at least in the Eastern Conference, if not the whole NBA. And that's a great way to start building your brand and your image. We're going to be the best defensive team in the league. We're going to put a lot of pressure on the ball. We're going to score in the open court. We're going to score. We're going to have 2 double-figure guys rebounding. Giannis averages 10 rebounds. Bam averages 10 rebounds. We get another guy who's a good perimeter rebounder. We've got some weapons to create shot opportunities and scoring opportunities without being a three-point shooting team yet. But I'm sure Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra and the whole Miami Heat organization is trying to find the pieces that fit with those 2. Friends of theirs. All right. Bobby Portis, he's included, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a nice piece. All right. Does he start? Probably not. He's more of a 4-man. So he can come in off the bench and rest one of those 2 guys. But you need some shooting at your point guard position, 2 guard, and your small forward.
Coach, who's the better all-time duo already? Bam Adebayo and Giannis Antetokounmpo, or Magic and Kareem? What does it say, Coach? What does it say? I just wanted to get that reaction. That was perfect. What does it say,
Solana's
Coach?
taking his crazy pills already.
What does it say, Coach? No joke, because you've spoken highly of the Miami Heat organization, Coach Spo, but also about Pat Riley and the entire front office. What does it say now to add Giannis Antetokounmpo to that list of acquisitions? Shaquille O'Neal. We'll go back. Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, Chris Bosh. They obviously drafted Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, and now Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, when you think of body of work as Pat, the executive, what does it say as somebody who's followed basketball for as long as you have?
Okay, so, all these guys are so competitive. Everybody in the NBA, every player and all that, they're competitive. The draft last night is about preparation, selection, understanding what you're looking for, fits, how people fit in. But free agency and trying to put a team together, that takes brilliance. And there's no one that does it better than Pat Riley. I mean, he has been doing it forever. He did it with the Los Angeles Lakers. He did it with the Knicks. He's done it with the Heat over and over again. And this is maybe if he can get the other pieces to fit with these guys, it may be his best effort yet, because these guys they haven't won yet. Well, Giannis won one championship, but Bam hasn't been on a championship team. Whoever they bring in, Pat Riley's likely looking for what I call winners, guys who know how to win. The New York Knicks did not win because they had the best talent, because they didn't have the best talent. They won because they had the best balance of players who fit together. So Jalen Brunson, he's not what LeBron or D. Wade was here. He made himself that. He was not, a top 5 pick in the NBA draft. He was a second-round pick. He was not someone that the Dallas Mavericks said, hey, he's untouchable. No, they were willing to trade him. The Knicks, when they got him, the media, said Leon Rose and World Wide West and James Dolan, they're crazy. They're tying too much money up. This guy is not worth it. And yet they invested in themselves. They invested in a Jalen Brunson because he's a winner. He won in high school. He won in college. And now he's won an NBA championship. What we're looking to do, what Pat Riley and Spo and the Miami Heat organization are looking to do, is build a team like that around those two guys.
Coach, I want to ask you this, and you look and you sound like $1 million, but you know this. When you get older, people doubt you. People started doubting Pat Riley, and they were like, hey, it's time to retire. It's time to move on. For Pat to get this one, you got to feel extra good for him knowing when you get a little bit up there in age, people start saying it's time to go to the early bird special, right?
Well, I do. I cheer for old guys now very excitedly. But I think it doesn't matter if he were 35 years old and he did this, they'd say he's too young. He's not experienced enough. They shouldn't, whatever the excuses that the media can do, especially now we have social media where everybody's got an opinion. And they can voice it out there, and you can follow that person and believe in what they say. But the fact of the matter is, Pat Riley has been doing this for a lifetime. He knows the NBA is good or better than anyone. The guys who built, was it Sam Presti at OKC? Mm-hmm. I mean, before the playoffs began, everybody was crowning them the champion again. These guys are going to win their second. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is again the player of the year. And here on WQAM, we proclaimed, not me, but some other voices on the air proclaim Wemby is better than Kareem and Shaq and all these other great players. And I'm saying, whoa. Let's see what happens. And then after game 4, they were burying Wemby. Pat Riley is as good as it gets at doing this. Him and Red Auerbach, Phil Jackson, they're on the Mount Rushmore of building organizations.
Leon Rose, don't forget about him. Like Crowder just didn't know
Leon
about Mitchell
Rose.
Robinson. That's why he thought Wemby was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Robinson.
Oh, he was phenomenal. You guys were all concerned. Oh, his little finger got hurt. We have men in New York, men that win championships. All right, Crowder, shut your mouth.
Hope you know, Coach. If you haven't got it, he's a Knicks fan.
Yeah, well, everybody's a Knicks fan now in New York.
Coach, you should have seen the parade. I saw a lady on a light pole twerking, getting into fights, pulling people's hair. It was unbelievable, that parade.
Yeah, Tim Burns, who's one of my former players, he was on our Final Four team at George Mason, and he was working guys out. He had AJ DeBanster. He was working them out before the parade, and they went out to the parade. But the Knicks, I got to tell you this because I think it's hysterical. So on Wednesday, I took my chiropractic staff out to lunch. The sweetest ladies, one of their sons works there. So you have Emily, you have Marisol, you have Ivana, and you have Marese and Evan. Five folks that basically take care of me. And I said, hey, did you follow the NBA? Oh, we're all Knicks fans now. And then I asked them, you following the World Cup? Oh, yeah, we're all Messi fans now. People follow winners. That's all there is to it.
Now, let's do this because I'll play the role of Hawk today. You guys went out for lunch. Where'd you go? What'd you have? What was the food order? We
went to Lucia's. Wow. It's a pizza place on 88th Kendall. We ordered empanadas and pizza, and the girls wanted maybe I'll not be able to tell this, so I'm whispering. They ordered a bottle of wine. It was nice red wine. Wow. But we had a great lunch. They were telling me all about their families and their backgrounds. But that Dr. Getz and his staff, they do an amazing job. And I'm there 2 or 3 days a week. They have all these treatments that I go through. They got a laser treatment to reduce swelling. They got a stretching machine. They got an electric stimulating machine. They got a shockwave machine that stimulates your muscles. So I love going there, and it's fun.
Now, I got to ask you something.
I got to ask him, though, Gelby. Did you split it 6 ways, or how did the bill go?
No, I treated it. My guys,
he's not cheap like you, Crowder.
Oh, yeah, Coach. I ain't pulling out that credit card too fast.
Hey, they asked me, what can we order? I said, you order whatever you want. Whatever's on the menu. You want appetizers, get an appetizer. You want desserts, you want a bottle of wine, whatever you want. The treats on me because, hey, they take care of me better than you can possibly imagine.
No, you made enough money in your career. You should be picking up the check, obviously. That goes without being said.
Oh, it's what they're paying me to do this radio show. That's picked up the bill.
I'm just a fill-in. Don't come complaining to me about that one.
So you're making what I'm making.
Yeah, practically. I would never insult your intelligence on this award-winning radio program and ask you, is a hot dog a sandwich? But another big debate is pineapple on a pizza. Would you get pineapple on a pizza?
Only if you want to get sick. Come on.
That's amazing.
Okay, you have choices. You can have pepperoni, you can have sausage, you can have mushrooms, but you don't have fruit. They ordered one with olives. I was like, oh delicious. My goodness!
I love olives on a pizza.
Coach, I hate olives.
Coach, disgusting. I go to it's Lucia, by the way. I go there a lot. Next time,
you do.
Yeah, well, Coach.
It's not Lucia. It's
no,
Lucia.
it's
Must not be a
Lucia.
good restaurant if Solana's going there.
Well, I
Let's
was
be
gonna
real.
say, Coach, what's going on here? You're coming to Kendall for lunch, and you don't hit me up. I mean, next time you're in Kendall, you run through me first. All right, you make sure.
Wait a minute. Where do
that-
you live, Solana?
I'm the mayor of Kendall, Coach L. How do you not know that?
You didn't see his forehead when you walked in the restaurant? It was right there. It was shining, looking at you.
Dr. Getz's office is on 88th and 94. I think 9415 or 9425.
I know where it is. It's right off 97th and Kendall Drive. There's across from where Sports Grill is. I know exactly where his office is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's amazing. He's great. He former football player, played for the Steelers from Pittsburgh. Great guy.
Solana, all you're gonna do is ruin a meal. Why would he call you?
He's got Coach L's got to run through me. He's gonna come to Kendall. He's got to make sure I give him the seal of approval to have lunch in Kendall. Yeah. Plus, I could go for a free meal too, Coach, if you're ever in the area.
I'm going to do that. I'm over there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week.
Well, I'm busy those days, so.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you go in the afternoon when he's busy as well, Coach. 2:30. I'm here. Where are you at? I want to ask you. And this is Florida related with Dusty May and his success at FAU. What was your reaction when you saw Dusty May leave Michigan after winning a national championship and go to the Mavericks?
He is on a roll, isn't he? He gets to the Final Four at FAU. He wins a national championship at Michigan, and then states very clearly that the college athletics now is not the culture or enjoyable atmosphere that it once was. Jump to the NBA where there's a lot more rules and regulations and so he can really enjoy the potential of having a great NBA career, or if things don't work out, get right back into the college ranks because he's had so much success. Any AD would be crazy not to hire him if he leaves the NBA. A college AD would love to have Dusty May available, but I think he'll do a great job with the Mavericks. He's got a good start with Cooper Flagg.
And Coach, what's the difference? Because we've seen college coaches, great college coaches, they just never translate to the NBA. Then you see NBA coaches that, they go, they'll go back to college. It's just, what's the difference in those two different styles of basketball or approaches to the game from NBA to college?
Yeah. I have several friends who went from college to the pros and they didn't fit for whatever reason. And I haven't talked to them specifically about why, but just used, who John Beeline is.
I talked to him the other day, actually. Yeah.
You talked to him today?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
So John and I are contemporaries. Mm-hmm. And he was at Richmond when I was at George Mason. And I go to Miami. He's at Michigan. And so I've known him a long time. He's a great coach, and he goes to the Cavaliers, and it's just not the right fit for him or for the Cavs, and he decides that stepping down, I'm getting out. Mike Montgomery, who was with Golden State? Golden State. And it didn't work out. He's a great coach at Stanford and Cal, but not Golden State. Lon Kruger, who's a great coach wherever he went. He was at Florida, Illinois, Las Vegas, Oklahoma. But when he was with the Atlanta Hawks, it just didn't work. And so, Zach, I don't know why that is. The same thing is true. Like Mike Dunleavy, you all know Mike Dunleavy had a heck of an NBA coaching career. He got to Tulane, and he was a fish out of water.
And I think with Dusty, you look at what he did at FAU. And then you look at what he did in this new era of college basketball, which is basically like professional coaching now. That personality, I think, makes the transition easy. And also, he's still 50. So it's not like you go there and this is going to be your last job and you start doing the my way or the highway type of thing. He's a player's coach.
I agree with you. And I think the Mavs, they were looking for a different voice. They talked to, from what I understand, I'm not
Shire,
privy yet, to John Shire, who I think, again, is a great coach, would be a great NBA coach. They talked to Dusty May, and He jumps at the opportunity because he's not happy with the college culture anymore. And I think the Mavs made a good hire. Now, in the NBA, just like it is in college, it all comes down to players. You got to get the right players. They got to play well together. There's got to be balance in your offense and defense. You know, one of the things, I only had one ever conversation with the great John Wooden. Bill Walton set it up for me. I talked to John Wooden one night for 20 minutes, and he gave me, he said to me, I want to just share this very important message to you. Life is all about two things, love and balance. And he said, you got to love what you do. You got to love the people you do it with. And there has to be balance in your life. It can't be all about your job or all about your social life or personal life. There has to be balance. And in basketball, you've got to love coaching and teaching, and you have to have good balance on offense. You can't be all inside or all outside. There needs to be a balance. And same thing defensively. You have to have guys who can defend the perimeter. You got to have guys who can defend in the post. And you have to have guys who can rebound. So if John Wooden says it's all about love and balance, and I'm a big fan, I agree.
And Coach, this is my theory because I played for Nick Saban with Miami, and then even I'm a UF guy. Steve Spurrier struggled going from college to the league. A national championship coach. Urban Meyer, a multi-national championship coach, struggled when he went to Jacksonville. I think as a college coach, you can be more of a dictator, and then as an NFL coach or professional coach, you have to be a coworker. And I think guys struggle to be coworkers and, personality managers and know how to talk to this guy, how to talk to that guy. Because when you're a college coach, you just tell the kids what to do and they listen. You get to the league, coach. I went and I watched Nick Saban get cussed out by 37-year-old dudes. He's 40 years old.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to share with you my own coaching philosophy because I'm different than a lot of those guys. I was not a dictator. The first day we would meet, on every basketball court, there's a center circle. And at the center circle, everyone would stand in the same place. Me and at one point, my assistants next to me, the players surrounding, but we're all around the circle. And I would explain to them, there are 3 levels of growth. When you're young, you're dependent. You rely on your parents. You rely on other people to help you because you're too young to get it done. The second level of growth is independent. You become a teenager. You can now drive a car. You can make your own decisions. But not until you get to the third level of growth, which is interdependence, where we're all able to work together. We all have a role. We all have a job to do, and we need to do it collectively. So I'm the head coach. I have a job. The assistants, they have a job. The guards, they have a job. The big guys, they have a job. Now, collectively, we're a circle. So there's no top, no bottom. There's no one above or below anybody else. We're in this together. And I think college coaches, friends of mine, don't look at it that way. Just as you described, they're dictators. It's my way or the highway. In professional basketball, you're dealing with men, family men. That these people are making a living, supporting a family. They have children. They have as much invested as you. Many of them are making more money than you. So you better understand your role and their role and figure how to work with interdependence where you're working together to reach the same outcome.
Coach, you look at your career, the Final Four with George Mason, like your 3 most iconic moments, obviously. Final Four with George Mason, Final Four with Miami, and then, of course, beating my Temple Owls in the NIT. Like, how could you forget that? I still very upset with you at Madison Square Garden during that one. But did you ever get calls for the NBA? Were there ever interests with how notable your name was in college about maybe going to the pros?
Well, you guys might remember this name, but do you guys know Dave Wohl, W-O-H-L? You got to go back in Miami Heat history. But anyway, Dave was a close friend of mine. He got the head coaching job with the New Jersey Nets. He called me and he offered me the job. I went for basically a superficial interview, but he told me I had to meet with Louis Chaffel. Do you guys know who that is?
No, sir.
So Louis Chaffel was the general manager for the New Jersey Nets at the time. I went in for the interview, and he said, "Hey, Dave wants to hire, but I'm not going to let him. I'm not going to let him hire you. I want him to hire an NBA guy. You're not an NBA guy. You're a college guy. You might be very good in college, but you're not an NBA guy." So I told Dave, I said, "You better talk to Louis Chaffel because he says you can't hire me." But Louis Chaffel became one of the founding fathers of Miami Heat. He and Billy Cunningham and Dave Wohl worked together. What year was that, Solana? 1988?
88 was the first year, yeah.
Okay, so if you look up the history, look up Louis Chaffel, Billy Cunningham, and Dave Wohl. They were all on that first group. So Louis Chaffel signaled, "Go back to college. You're not an NBA guy." And I never interviewed again.
And they hired Calipari probably, and it was a disaster with the Nets, right?
No, well, Dave Wohl was there, and he hired Paul Silas.
Oh, okay.
Who was a former terrific NBA player, but it didn't work out. Dave got let go. Paul Silas got let go. They had a lot of changes after that.
Let's get to headlines because I know we got to get to a break in soon. So, Solana, tell us what you got to update us on.
All right. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or at DoralVolkswagen.com. A quick shout out to the Miami Marlins, who did end up winning their game against the Texas Rangers today. That means they've won 5 straight home series after winning 4-2 today. The Marlins are 3 games above 500. How about the Fish? There are some rumors and reports regarding a potential Hellebuck trade, and it seems like that's starting to pick up steam, and it looks like Florida is going to be interested, so something to keep an eye on. Obviously, you have round 2 of the NBA draft tonight. The Heat are slotted to select in the second round. They'll select 11th in the second round. I saw some reports that maybe they'd be interested in moving up in the second round, but right now they're scheduled to pick 41st overall. That's later tonight at 8 p.m. And World Cup action right now. Group B is finalized. Switzerland, Canada's tied 0-0. Bosnia and Herzegovina is leading Qatar 1-0.
You're not doing a draft show tonight, Solana?
Yeah, second round, Gelby, doesn't exactly
your head's getting too
juice.
big. Your head's just getting way too big.
Brunson was in the second round.
Jokic,
second round.
Manu Ginobili was in the second round, the 58th player chosen.
Yeah, Pelle Larsson.
Hey, here's what I'm hoping the Heat are going to find. An older college player, because so many of these college players have stayed now. They're 23, 24 years old. Find a great, older, physically mature guy who can really shoot the three. Because if they can do that and get a second-round pick, that's an inexpensive guy. A guy's a rookie. How much do you make as a rookie if you're in the second round? There's no guaranteed money. So they can pay him, an insignificant amount compared to what they're paying everybody else.
That sounds like my first contract. Insignificant.
Sounds like your entire career, honestly. Nowadays, you breathe in the NBA, you get $25 million. Your whole career probably was $25 million, Crowder.
I was broke after 4 years. I don't know what happened.
He wishes it was $25 million.
Yeah. You weren't on one of those Charles Sprewell or Antoine Walker deals where you just spent all that money.
My first coming out was 4 for 4, third round.
4 for 4. Wow.
4 for 4 was my first deal. I made $230,000 my first year after my signing bonus.
Coach sneezes at an appearance now. He makes more than that.
Coach ain't waking up for $230.
He somehow does this for as little as we pay him. Jeez. All right.
Hey, maybe Zach doesn't know. Do you know how much they pay me? I'm telling everybody on the air. Solana, you must know. Right? I'm making absolutely zero. I do this because I love these guys. WQAM 103.4. I have the most fun every afternoon. My wife says, "Why do you do this?" I said, "I love them. I love these guys. I love WQAM, and it's more fun." if they paid me, that'd be even better. But I'm going to do this as long as I can because I have so much. I look forward to it every week, and I love busting their chops, and they'd like to do the same to me.
Well, Coach, we have something in common because I do a weekly appearance. You want to know how much I make for my weekly appearance?
Yeah, what?
0. Except
Yeah.
Mark will then take me to some restaurant that he mooches off the owner, and then he goes, "Oh, I'll pay for the meal," but they comp his meal anyway. So what is he really paying?
Good family, man. We're family around here. You know? Love
Hey,
each other.
last night,
most, though.
I'm trying to get a good night's sleep. I'm still wide awake, so I turn on. I like sometimes old shows. You guys ever watch 2.5 Men?
Yeah, of course.
With Charlie Sheen?
Yeah.
My wife said to me, "What are you laughing at?" I said, "These guys are hysterical. I'm crying laughing at."
And that little fat kid that they got on that show.
Jake.
Yeah.
Jake. Oh my God.
And
I'm dying
Alan the
laughing.
chiropractor, right?
The chiropractor. Alan.
Yeah, Alan. Yep. All righty, we'll take a break. Go ahead, Solana.
I just have to give our weather report. It's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. Hot in Miami, 90 degrees. And I know if you're going to the Brazil-Scotland game tonight in Miami, the weather by Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens right now is rough, but it's Miami. It should clear up in the next 20 minutes. But I do know it's rough out there, so drive safely.
All right, we're coming on back with Coach L. Let's get to Crowder. We'll see if he's prepared for his sponsorship read.
I'm always ready. If you ain't ready, you ain't got to get ready. Doors, garage doors, if they're outdated, damaged, or not hurricane ready, don't wait. Please call Allied Doors. I'm telling you, they are the best. Serving South Florida since 1966. They've been serving the Crowder family, for about 10 years now? Our personal home, my wife's investment properties, you got to go to Allied Doors. Don't be the house in the neighborhood. Beautiful home, beautiful yard, and terrible garage doors. You don't have to do that. You can call Allied Doors today. Huge in-stock inventory, same-day service, custom impact-rated doors that are built to protect and upgrade your home fast. And the LiftMaster openers, listen, garage door openers don't have to be loud. They don't take 35, 40, 50 seconds to open. You got to check out these LiftMasters. They're built to perform. They're quiet and they're efficient. You got to call Allied Doors today. Don't overlook your garage doors. Call Allied Doors, 954-942-8550. That's 942-8550, or visit allied-doors.com. Mention this ad. Tell me Channing sent me over there. You'll get $300 off. Save money, protect, and upgrade your home. You got to do it. And it's hurricane season. Protect that home. Don't wait. Call Allied Doors today.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I'm not a football guy. You know that. But I read Bill Walsh's book. Do you remember? You know the book?
I can't read, Coach.
Alrighty, welcome back in. Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. Zach Gelbin for Hawk on this Wednesday. We continue the 3 o'clock hour with legendary Miami College basketball coach Jim Larrañaga. Coach L, we were talking about this to open up the show today because I know you're very big on Instagram. LeBron James, he was posting about Giannis and something that Giannis said in the past. There's been some speculation. Maybe LeBron will be on the move this offseason. Do you have any appetite for maybe a year or two of LeBron James joining up with Giannis and Bam?
I don't like to deal in hypothetical situations, and this may be more hypothetical than most. Whether he'd be coming to the, I'll tell you what, I will do this. I'm going to the table of knowledge tonight. I'll ask my crew. I'll ask Denny and Earl and Stoney and Gary and Danny and Dick and Nick and get their input and get back to you about that. Because to me, I did see a clip, though, that I did like. Klay Thompson, is he going to be available?
Potentially, yeah.
That's the shooter. Again, he's a little bit older now. How old is he there, Solana?
35, I believe, Coach. Yeah, he's definitely a little bit older.
We'd be a little bit older, but having guys, you got to get some youth. You got to have the youthful legs and energy and enthusiasm for a 82 game season plus the playoffs and stuff. But I'll tell you what, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to leave a little earlier today because I'm going downtown to meet with Michael Irvin.
Oh,
really?
So
Mike's
there's
the playmaker.
Crowder, have you ever heard of Michael Irvin?
Tell Mike I said what's up. I know Mike.
So I'm going down to hang out with him a bit. I'll ask him because, he's one of the great energy guys in NFL history and one of the great names in University of Miami. Not only football history, just the history of the U. The guy is legendary. So, if he were to come back to the U and play, what would that be like? Oh, well, he's not coming back to play at the U. I don't think LeBron's coming back to play for the Heat. So
I'm with you.
I actually, the first time I met Channing was at a Super Bowl in Indianapolis. You were working with Sid, and Michael Irvin was actually doing the middays. And I think I was in high school, actually. And I'm broadcasting right next to Michael Irvin. And Michael Irvin's about to do a TV interview. And he goes, I got to quickly do my hair. And he pans to me, and he looks at me, he literally said, hey, white boy, how do you think my hair is? And I go, looks good to me, playmaker. Like, it's Michael Irvin. I'm like, holy smokes. He goes, that's how I know my hair is really damn bad when the young white boy says my hair looks good. That's my one story with Michael Irvin.
That's a Mike phrase. Mike speaks in those terms.
The one thing I would take away from that is there was no way you were going to criticize his hair. No. That would be the last time you were on the air.
And Coach, to that thought about bringing LeBron back, putting the old guys together, is it easier to build a team like the Spurs have with the draft picks, or is it easier like Pat? But Pat does it the other way. We brought it up earlier, Coach. He brought in Shaq. Then he brings in Jimmy. He brings in the older guys. You have the young players, but bring in it's. We always talk about it on the show, Coach. A bird in the hand's worth two in the bush. Give me somebody I know can play ball, other than a puppy that I don't know can play ball.
Yeah, but you don't really want to bring in 4 or 5 of those guys. We got Giannis and we got Bam. That's enough of the 40% of the starting lineup. It's the other 60%. And then the bench, 100% of the guys you're bringing off the bench, because those guys can't play 48 minutes. They're not Wilt Chamberlain, who played 48 minutes every game. These guys are going to give you 30 to 35. They're going to give you 25 points and 10 rebounds. But that doesn't get you to the finish line. You've got to have balance in your offense and defense, in your starting lineup, and in your bench. I think that's what the Knicks did this year. How about Jose Alvarado? The last time I was on the air, the guy was a major contributor. Right? And he's one of the lowest paid guys on the Knicks roster, and he's in Game 4 in the most crucial time of the game. So we have to find those guys to complement the stars like Bam and Giannis.
You know, one more for me, as Coach L is here with us on Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. Zach Gilbin for Hawk on 104.3 FM WQAM. When you look from your coaching brain, not a hypothetical, this is like an actual thing. Bam and Giannis together. How do you think Spo gets creative with those two bigs?
You know, that's a lot more challenging than you might think. Just because they're both terrific individual players, players can get in the way of each other. All right. They both are best near the basket. You know, so when Giannis has the ball and he's attacking the rim, the best thing for him is to have 3-point shooters that the defense has to worry about around him. So if they collapse, I hit the guy for a 3. If I'm kicking it out to Bam, okay, he'll make a 3 once in a while, but it's not his game. When Bam is driving to the basket, catching it at the elbow and attacking, okay, that's nice, but where's Giannis? Is he hanging on the perimeter? Because if he's hanging on the perimeter, his man is in the paint. And now Bam is having to deal with a double team, basically. So one of the things that I believe, and I don't know how Spo will deal with this, but I've always been, I evaluate the strengths. So I'm evaluating Giannis. Is Giannis better with the ball or without the ball? Solana.
Giannis is better with the ball, Coach.
Okay, so I give the ball to Giannis, and I say, okay, now what can Bam do to help Giannis? What's the answer to that, Solana?
Take a 3 from half court.
You don't hire him, Coach.
Okay, I'm thinking to myself,
pineapple on a pizza.
Okay, now I'm going to put the ball in Giannis's hands, and I'm going to have Bam as a screener.
Right.
I'm either going to have him screening for Giannis or screening for a great shooter, away from the ball. And then I'm going to have a Max Strus, a Shane Battier, one of the great shooters, maybe a Norman Powell, who can come off of a screen without the ball, a guy who's good without the ball. So Giannis has a way to attack, score at the rim, or kick it to a shooter whose man wants to stay with his own man, but he can't because he's being screened by a big guy, and Bam's guy is now helping. Now, I'm not the coach of the Miami Heat. Spo's got to make those decisions and figure out how to best utilize their strengths and how to minimize their weaknesses as not being great 3-point shooters.
All righty, he's Coach Jim Larinaga. Coach, we'll let you get with Michael Irvin. If he offers anything to you, just make sure you say no, all right?
Hey guys, I want to say thank you. I'm sorry Hawk's not here. You know, this is my last appearance until next basketball season.
Is it?
The NBA is over. The draft is over.
Coach, I just want parenting advice. If you want to come on, I got to ask you
you tell Hawk I need a text from either Hawk or Solana inviting me to come back on.
Coach,
so I will make plans.
We'll replace you with Hawk. Even better, let Hawk gallivant in Europe, and we'll just rename the show.
And they'll actually pay you.
What?
They'll give you a Hawk salary. They'll pay you.
Yeah, right. I don't even know what to say. Sometimes you guys say such strange things. It leaves me clueless and speechless all at the same time.
How about this one? Solana yesterday is talking about sitting down when he pees. What do you make of that?
Oh my God. Before, in the first hour, you were talking about dogs sniffing.
Yeah, I did.
I was like,
it happens. You go to
I thought this was a sports show. I thought I was coming on to talk basketball and
sports adjacent, Coach.
Yes,
sports
that's what we call it, Coach. Coach, one more question, because my daughter has a tournament this weekend in Wellington.
Oh.
We were in the second half of the game. They played 2 halves. She had 0 fouls. I walked over to the bench and told her, I said, you better have 3 fouls before this game's over. Is that good? Is that good parenting?
I'm telling you, I say exactly the opposite. Don't foul, because what your coach going to do when you get in foul trouble? He's going to take you out.
But
So if you have no fouls, you can get 3 in the second half. That's not a problem.
yeah,
But
no,
but
it's-
if the message is fouling is a good thing, the next game they might get 3 early, and when she's sitting on the bench, she's muttering under her breath, "I can't listen to Dad. He's an idiot."
How about me walking around to court to the bench and talking to my daughter while she's sitting there drinking water? I think it's great parenting, Coach.
If I was the coach, I would have punched you in the face, Crowder, for trying to give advice. Shut your mouth and sit down and go get some bench. Coach L, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, guys, thank you so much. Have a fun day.
You got
Thank
it.
you.
There
Love
he
you,
is, the
Coach.
legendary Coach Jim Larinaga here with us on 104.3 FM WQAM. We'll be back shortly.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
I have a package
Corn
of
dog.
frozen corn dogs in my freezer right now as we speak.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely.
Welcome back in. It's Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. Zach Gelbin for Mark Hochman. Jimmy, I saw you point the first time. I was enjoying the song. It's a great song. Oh, ooh, yeah. Kind of sounded like Crowder during the break when he left his mic on, whatever grunting you were doing in that background. Jeez, I think that was Crowder, right?
Oh, old man standing up.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I heard some of those noises. I go, like people in the YouTube chat are like, someone left their mic on. Like, who could it be? Is it Gelb? Is it Solana? I'm like, it's not the two young guys. It's Crowder. When I stand up, I just stand up. Crowder goes, "Ugh!"
Yeah, because y'all are puppies. Y'all are little puppies. You can't even make babies yet, man. I'm an old man. Yeah, I was. Somebody said in the chat, I was shaving, actually.
Were you?
Somebody heard me shaving. I'm shaving. I have a dinner tonight.
You shave in the middle of the show?
Yeah, I shave during the breaks. It doesn't take me but 5 minutes.
Oh, it takes it. Like I shaved today. I'm clean shaven today. Took me forever, like 20 minutes.
You don't know how to shave.
20 minutes.
A lot of hair I had to get off.
Who are you?
You get the one razor, zoo, you cut it all off, and then you get the little bitty razor and zing, 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 zing.
So I shave in the shower. So I was also enjoying like the water and everything.
Oh, I can't stand people like you.
Why?
Because you waste water. Long showers.
I pay the bill.
My daughter takes 45-minute showers. I'm like, Ava, what kind of soap do you have that you got to be in there 45 minutes? My showers take max 8 minutes.
I could just see Coach L is getting in the car right now to go drive to see Michael Irvin. He's looking for some sports talk, and he goes, "These guys are talking about how they shave." I have one more sort of sports story, but isn't a sports story. Did you guys end up seeing this Wyndham Clark interview with Pardon My Take by any chance?
No.
Nope.
What happened?
So Wyndham Clark just won his second major championship, the U.S. Open, and Pardon My Take had him on. So they saw a tweet of his from 2016, and it said, "I hate," and there was a name of an NFL quarterback. I'll tell you who the quarterback is in a second. They asked him, like, why do you hate that quarterback? And his PR team starts like scrambling and scurrying in the background. And he goes, "I don't know if I should tell this story." And the PR person's like, then don't tell it. Like you hear them say that. And he goes, "But I'm going to say it anyway." He goes, "The girl I was dating at the time ended up cheating on me with that quarterback." 2016, do we have a guess who Wyndham Clark got cheated on by a current NFL quarterback?
Who? No, that's starter?
Starter. Big name.
Oh. I don't know. I can't even. 2016, what's that, 10 years ago?
Well, it's 2026, so yeah, about then. Current starter. He wasn't in the NFL at the time. He was in college.
Oh, yeah. I'd have to do research to see where Wyndham was, but I don't know. It's some good little Matt Stafford. I'd cheat with Matt Stafford.
Huh?
Okay. It was not Matthew Stafford. You sounded like Matthew Stafford's wife there, because didn't she say she would like sleep with the quarterback?
Yeah.
Or
Matt
his teammate
Stafford,
to get his attention?
man,
Yeah,
he smiles at me at a dinner, Solana. What up, bro? You
Hey,
good?
man. Hey,
Okay.
man.
Who was it?
You want to take a guess, Solana?
I looked it up, so I just
Oh.
saw it on Twitter, yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, yeah. Baker was running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think Wyndham Clark went to Oklahoma State. So when they first saw it, they didn't know the reason for asking the question. So they thought maybe it was just like Oklahoma State, a little hatred there. But no, it's because Wyndham Clark got cheated on, and his girl, now his ex-girl, slept with Baker Mayfield. He goes, "I like Baker now. He's a
Yeah,
dog. He's
yeah.
a dude."
Back in my single day, I've been married 17 years, but back in my single days, I crossed paths with some, I don't know. It's called sword fighting. Have you ever heard that phrase?
Yes.
I crossed paths with some very prestigious athletes, with individuals in this world. I don't hate them. I'm just like, hey, got great taste. We both have great taste. She's a beautiful woman. Like, but I don't hate the guy for it.
Yeah, I randomly mentioned someone. I won't say who, but I randomly mentioned someone last time I filled in, and then Crowder goes, "How do you know that story, Gelby?" And I go, "What story are you talking about?" And then you said that player, and you go, "Oh, there was something that happened there with that player and me." I go, "Oh no, I'm not that good. That was just a random story."
It's a half dozen stories and all that. Me and individuals have interactions through, interactions. That's the way I put it.
All right, one more sort of sports, non-sports story. At the draft last night, I have to go to the bathroom before the draft starts. So, like, I'm behind the stage at the draft. There's a few bathrooms. I go to a bathroom. There's Seth Greenberg from ESPN, who I know well, and Andy Katz, who, like, I don't really know Andy. But it's just one bathroom. So Seth's in line, Andy's in line, then I'm in line. Just the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Seth goes, "I had to get back on TV. Good to see everybody. Like, I can't wait in line." There was a person in the bathroom clearly either shaving or taking a number 2.
Yeah.
And it was just taking way too long. So Seth goes back to the set. Andy Katz waits for the person. He's in front of me. Person comes out. Andy Katz walks in. Then the next thing after that is there's like a lady who she must be like a mom of one of the guys getting drafted, or maybe like an aunt or something like that. She comes and she just stops like right by the bathroom door, and she's waiting. I was going to let her go just to be a polite person because I didn't really have to go. Andy Katz, well, I'm waiting there for at least 15, 20 minutes. I can't stand this guy. Comes out of the bathroom and goes, "Oh, let her go first." Like, you rude SOB. You just let this you know how long I'm waiting. You just let this lady go into the bathroom right away as if, like, he actually knows me. Not a fan of Andy Katz.
Wow.
I'll tell you, man, I'm hold the door for people. I'm open the door for my wife when we get to the car. I'm a Southern gentleman. A line's a line, lady.
And
Line's a
line.
Line's a line.
She was wearing a nice dress. It must have took her forever. I had to just take a number 1. Would have been a quick procedure. Pull down the pants, go to the bathroom, wash the hands, get on out.
Mm-hmm.
She took another 10 minutes. She was dropping a bomb in the toilet, then went on the stage probably.
Gelby, a line's a line, Gelby. I'm not letting nobody skip me at Disney. I'm waiting for Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, my uncle's up there. Well, you're gonna ride it after your uncle because I'm gonna stand right in the middle of that lane. Line's a line, brother.
Yeah,
I've been waiting. You gotta
Andy
wait.
Katz just sucking up to this random lady who he probably didn't even know. Not a fan.
Yeah, and what's weird about that is he's being a gentleman. I understand that, but you're next in line. Why doesn't he give you the opportunity to be the gentleman?
He was being a pretentious douche. That's what he was being.
Okay.
Gelb, I have a similar story. Something happened to me that involves Tony Romo. I've told this story on this show several times.
Oh, I've heard this story, I think.
Yeah, I'll tell it to you. Can I give the stock market report really quickly? And then, I'll revisit that story. Stock market report sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Somewhat of a
Andy Katz stock down.
Whatever day on Wall Street, the NASDAQ slipped 0.4%. S&P 500 declined 0.1%. Dow Jones added 184 points, or about 0.4%. So iffy day on Wall Street. Yeah. That stock market report sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. So, Gelb, here's a situation. Working with the Dolphins broadcast. I'm executive producing the broadcast. Halftime comes, and you have about 12 to 13 minutes until my hosts, my broadcasters, have to be back on the air. So everybody scrambles. They either stuff their face with a hot dog or they go use the restroom. We're in Tampa for a regular season Dolphins, Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. And for anybody who's been in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers media workroom or where the broadcast booths are, there are bathrooms. It's just like one long hallway, and there's bathrooms on either end, but there's also one stall with a door right in the middle that's open to anybody. This is free use. Our broadcast booth happened to be positioned directly next to that bathroom. So instead of walking all the way down either end of the hallway, you can stand in line and use that one. Gelby, as you can imagine, that bathroom's a hot commodity at halftime
Of
because
course.
everybody wants to go line up. They don't want to have to walk down. And it happened to be positioned right near where the food station was as well. So it just happened to kind of make sense. I planned out what I was going to do. Halftime hits, we go to commercial break. I'm going to stand in line. I'm going to use that bathroom. And if I have time after that, I'll go grab a cookie. I'll grab a hot dog. I'll grab something quickly if I have time.
Wash your hands. Yeah.
Well, this Tony Romo. Big time Tony Romo. Mr. Oh, Josh Allen. Oh, I love Josh Allen so much. Jim. And you know, this is at the height of Tony Romo on the CBS Sports broadcast. Like, everybody loves Tony at this point. He decides that when halftime hits, he's going to go stuff his face with some chili dogs and then use the bathroom.
Oh.
But Gelby, that's not on me. That's not my fault. I played by the rules. I played it smart. I played it safe. I stood in line. So now there's about one person ahead of me. There's probably 6 people behind me waiting for this bathroom. And there's only about 6 minutes left in this commercial break. And I get it, man. I'm just producing a radio broadcast. Tony Romo's got to get back on live national television. I understand that. But hey, a line's a line. Be a little bit smarter. And Romo stuffs his face with some food, walks over and just kind of hangs out by the door. And what he was going to try to do, Gelby, was just
a little chat and cut.
A chat and cut, coerce me into letting him go ahead because he's Mr. TV. He's Mr. Tony Romo. He's Mr. Cowboy. And he just thought he was going to chat and cut and let me go in.
So I think there's a way to approach that. Like, you know his job, but don't assume that everyone knows who you are. If he goes, guys, I got to get back on with Jim Nantz. I really got to go. Can I go? You would have said yes.
I would have 100% said yes because I'm a sucker. And I would have said, Mr. Romo, please, I'm a big fan after you. But it's not how he approached it, Gelb. It's not how he approached it. He just stood around, kind of smiled at me, gave me a hey, fella, and just assumed he was going to be able to skip everybody in line. And guess what? Nobody else in line had the cojones to say anything to Mr. Tony Romo. So you know what I did, Gelb? I said, hey, there's a line.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
I big boyed. Hey, Tony, there's a line. I said it in a very different way, obviously, but I said, hey, there's a line.
Excuse me, sir. I was waiting here.
And he looked at me and he went, oh, okay. And he walked his ass right back to the broadcast booth.
Wow.
See ya, Tony. See ya.
Well, that's what annoyed me with Andy Katz last night. It's like he came out hot out of the bathroom and like he almost like put his hand out because I took one step forward and he was like, she needs to go first. Like, who the heck are you, Andy Katz? Like, you're some overrated college basketball insider. You're not entertaining.
I think I've told this story before when Solana tells the Romo story, which I love, is that he tells it as a tough guy, but we know Solana. He mumbles under his breath. He told a story that he holds the door for people, Gelby, and if they don't say thank you, he'll say, you're welcome. It's just under, like he's not. We were at Prime 112 one time.
Yeah.
You've been to Prime, they have the bench because there's only 2 bathrooms in the male bathroom. I'm sitting down. I'm probably second in line. The guy in front of me sitting down. There's 3 more guys. Some, tech billionaire or, hedge fund manager. You could tell he had money. He just walks up to the door and skips everybody. And I don't say nothing at first. And then when the door opens, he walks in. I walk up and grab his arm. And I'm like, hey, you ain't see these people behind us? He was like, huh? And he starts getting mouthy. I just have to go to the bathroom. So I start cussing. If Ryan Clark wasn't there to grab me, I probably would have been in jail because he got a little lippy. And I said, listen, it's the wrong person to mess with. You done picked the right one today. I had about a half a bottle of Camus in me too. This is not gonna go well for you, sir. and they had to grab me. The little security guard came and all. A line is a line. Get in line.
They ejected Crowder from the restaurant, and they told that guy, "Go ahead, go to the bathroom, hit the head."
I know Miles. Miles is my boy. He's the owner of Prime.
They also gave that guy a fresh mint too. Said, "Sorry, Channing touched you." Probably
Yeah, I
breathed on
grabbed
you.
his arm. I said, "No, it's a line, brother."
All righty, let's get to headlines. Go ahead, Solana.
Before I get the headlines, Gelb, I want to give everybody a football update because, of course, we've got the World Football Scoreboard, which is brought to you by your local Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is truly unmatched for every match with 29-degree drafts of Michelob Ultra, spicy margaritas made with Casamigos, and unrivaled views all tournament. Twin Peaks eats drinks and scenic views. We have a little drama going on right now because Switzerland leads Canada 2-0. They're going to top Group B with that result. Bosnia and Herzegovina, they lead Qatar 2-1 right now. Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Oh, Herzegovina?
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
Oh, you're so uncultured, man.
I know, Gelby.
Herzegovina?
Come on, bro.
Herzegovina.
Herzegovina, bro.
Where's it located, Channing, on the map?
It's right over there by Hertzie and Kavina.
Bosnia and Herzegovina. Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe, Gelby.
Herzegovina. Isn't that the award they hand out in hockey for the goalie? Herzegovina?
The vagina.
The Hellebuck going to win the Herzegovina this year for the Panthers.
That's right. It's right over there, man, right across the pond.
I want a big Herzegovina.
If this result holds, by the way, Switzerland leading 2-0 and Bosnia and Herzegovina up on Qatar 2-1, then Switzerland is going to win Group B. Canada is going to end up as the number 2 team in that group. Coming up later today, Brazil, Scotland here in Miami. I've already been watching some of the videos of Miami Stadium. The Scottish fans are out there in force, but you can also imagine Brazilian fans who populate the South Florida area are also out there. It's going to be an absolute vibe tonight. And I'd be remiss if I didn't wish Leo Messi, the GOAT, and the guy dominating the tournament right now, a happy birthday. Leo Messi, you want to guess how old he is, Crowder?
Ooh, 30, 38?
39. He turns 39 years
39,
old today.
Yeah, it's impressive what he's doing. Is there games in Atlanta? Because there was a bunch of damn soccer kilts, whatever they call them, everywhere in the airport when I had to lay over.
Atlanta's one of the host cities.
Oh, okay, yeah. There was a bunch of people in them damn, what do you call them, kilts?
Kilt, yeah.
Okay.
And you're in Portland?
I'm in Portland now, yeah.
You going to go hiking? Multnomah Falls. Beautiful.
Man, listen, I text y'all. I can throw a rock from the one side of Portland downtown to the other. I asked the lady, she got offended. I was like, so are we in downtown? I said, where is downtown? She was like, we're in downtown. I said, this is downtown? And she got offended by my response of like, I was puzzled that this is the downtown Portland.
They have 2 happy hours in Portland. Regular happy hour hours, and then like 10 to close or something like that. I was in Portland once, and it's the only time I've ever left my credit card in the bar. It's because we went to the regular happy hour, and then I realized at night there was the secondary happy hour. Now that's a city, Portland. 2 happy hours, I'm all in to go to Portland again.
And I guarantee you got your car back because it's probably 42 people walking around. So there's only so many options of people that took your card.
I got back to the hotel. I was 30 minutes away from the bar that we were at. I had to go back, and I did get my my credit card back.
Bro, it was in the airport. It was 11 people. I'm like, man, it's noon. There's nobody flying out of here. Yeah, Portland is a very small city.
You know, you do seem a little bit chiller today too, as well.
Who?
You seemed a little bit more chill today. You're in Portland.
Man,
a little bit more chill.
Yeah. I had to get up at 3:40 to make a 5:20 flight.
Yeesh.
I've been up for 12 hours already.
Well, nice of you to come to work today. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you. I appreciate y'all for waiting for me.
Yeah, I didn't get home till 2 a.m. last night, and I got up at 7. I was here to start the show at 2.
Oh, poor baby. Oh, poor baby.
You know, life feels a little bit better when you're walking around as a champion these days. I'll tell you that, Solana. Shut your ass up real quick.
I was on a plane with an old dude eating crackers and cream cheese for 3 hours. I was like, bro, there's no way you're going to keep eating all this. It stinks. I don't like it.
When I go on a plane, I get a weird craving for ginger ale. Like, I need a ginger ale when I fly.
But they ask you, they push ginger ale. They
No, they
push
don't.
ginger ale on you.
Nope,
Yeah,
nobody
they do.
pushes ginger ale on
They
you.
push ginger ale on you. Nobody else adds ginger ale. They push
I don't know.
ginger ale on
If
you.
I don't get a ginger ale when I'm on a plane, I feel sick a little bit. I feel sick.
You know who I am, and I don't know if it's lame. I'm the guy that gets the drinks at the store in the airport and just asks for a cup of ice because I wanna pick my own drinks.
The thing with the cup of ice on the airplane, I'm with you, Crowder. That is a savvy vet move. Here's the thing with the cup of ice. The what are the stewardesses, or I guess you don't call
stewardess,
them that, right? The flight attendants.
Flight
They
attendant.
come
Can't call
by.
them stewardess no more. I learned this years ago, Gail.
Why not?
Flight attendants.
Is that
Disrespect-
offensive?
It's disrespectful. I don't know. Solana and Hawk explain this
You
to
know
me.
what?
You
I'm
can't
sick
say
of this
stewardess.
world. You can't you get raised one way and then you get told everything's a lie. Like I can't call them a stewardess. I get canceled.
No,
Now-
Jack.
Yeah,
Flight attendant.
now we know why Andy Katz bitched you. Yeah,
I called them a stewardess.
You're just a D-bag. So the flight attendant comes by, Crowder, and we know you sit all the way in like 45D, all the way in the back.
Yeah.
So they push the cart and they ask you, okay, what would you like? They serve you, they give you a can, and then they give you ice and you pour it in, right?
Mhm.
And then they go up and down the aisle, and when they come back, they're already picking up the trash. If you miss that window to when they pick up the trash, now you're stuck with that cup of ice until you either finish the ice, which, by the way, I don't know, ice on an airplane, just they're using toilet water, I feel like. I don't know why.
I'm
it's
an ice
disgusting.
chewer.
It's
I chew ice as well, and
I
you
make
just said
I
that.
make slushies in my mouth.
I chew ice too, but on the airplane, it's just a little disgusting. If you miss that window to when they do that first trash pickup, now I've just got this cup with some dirty ass ice in it until they do the next trash pickup, which could be 30 minutes. It could be an hour. And I don't know, like, I don't really want to sit there.
It's
with a cup
people
of
like
ice.
you that I just hate. It's like, can I just chew my ice without having to think how disgusting it is? You got to bring this up. Now, I'm never going to chew ice on an airplane again. You just ruined flying for me.
Let me just, I'm going to school something to Solana that I thought everybody knew. There's a big ass button over top your head that you can push at any time, and it says bing, bing, bing.
I dare you.
And the lady's coming back to say, what do you need, sir?
I dare you to push that button to hand her a cup with ice in it. Oh, here you go, trash, please. What do you think they are? Your
Oh no, my flight attendant. They're my flight attendant.
Right, they're your flight attendant.
They're
They
my
have a job to
stewardess.
do. They're not. They're not
their
your
job.
personal. They're not your personal garbage men. Like,
So why do they have? Why is that button there? If
Because-
I'm having a heart attack, is the only reason I should hit that button.
if you're having
No,
an
you
issue,
ask for things.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
I've asked for
asking
some
you-
extra snacks before and press that button.
I'm asking you to take this cup of ice, ma'am. Thank you so much, Lydia.
That's crazy.
You know what's
man.
crazy? Like
That's
Solana
crazy.
and I are the same age, but I feel like I'm closer in age to Crowder with the way that he was raised than compared to Solana. I'm pressing that button and I need whatever I need, I'm getting.
Because
Oh,
you guys,
Gilby,
you guys just have no respect
I
for
dinged.
people.
I had a 5-hour flight. I might have dinged 8 times.
No respect for people. You're the one that's yelling at Tony Romo and made him pee his pants on national television.
There's a line, Gelb. There's a line. I don't know what to tell you. But Crowder, 32 years of life, and I fly quite a bit. I've pressed that button maybe one time in my entire life. 8 times on one flight, diabolical. They should put you on the no-fly list.
I
No-fly
dinged that button so many times. I need a napkin. Hey, what's some little cookies, Biscaps? I need some more Biscaps.
Where are you
I
sitting,
need
though?
Items. This is a terrible story, but I'll tell it because y'all my boys. Nike flew us out here to the Nike opening.
Mm-hmm. So you're sitting first class.
They got me a first class ticket, but then I could go back and they would credit my account because I had the
Cheap son of a bitch.
I had the confirmation code, so I put it in my Delta app. Now it's on my Delta app, so I could go back to Coach, and they gave me like $600.
You like a coach seat though?
I don't like a coach seat. I like $600, Gil.
That's genius.
Take
how many
that, Bill
times
Knight.
how many times like I've flown and like a company has put you up or upgraded you? I could have just downgraded and got the money back.
If you downgrade and you have the app and you have one of those numbers, they will give you a credit back. I love it.
Heady play.
Gilby, I sit on the back when the seat won't even go down. I sit in the toilet.
Until Phil Knight calls him up. We need that $600 back. How great would that be?
I sit with the flight attendants on the little fold-out chairs. I don't care.
Channing is no longer working for the Pivot. He stole $600 from Mr. Knight.
Crowder, by the way, it sounds like you'll be touring the Nike facility in Oregon. Just kind of connecting the dots here. I'm a size 10.
I'm 15.
Just throwing that out there.
Man, ain't nobody got no 15s, Gil.
Yes, they
I
do.
get you a 10.
15 they definitely have.
15s, they just look ugly. They look weird.
I bet you they have more 15s than 10s because everyone's asking for a 10. Not a lot of people are asking for 15s.
Okay. Well, I'll see.
15 is just inconvenient for Crowder to fly with.
Well, you know what?
About Gal.
They're skis.
I'll even pay for the check bag for those things because I know your cheap ass won't with your $600 credit.
I got a credit. I got you, Gilby. I got a $600 credit. Don't worry about it.
Those are your sports headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the price Cito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or at DoralVolkswagen.com. Your weather in South Florida, I mentioned, it is raining pretty badly near Miami Gardens, or at least it was in the past hour. Hopefully that clears up right now. 88 degrees and very, very humid. That's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
We're coming on back. It's Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. We'll get back into the Giannis Antetokounmpo talk right after these short messages.
Hey, fellas. I know the screen went black. I don't know how to re-up the screen when it goes black.
What does that mean, Crowder? What exactly does that mean?
The screen goes black. The sleeper time or something.
Yeah,
how do I extend my sleeper time?
We've all got an iPhone, and we all know how to not make our screen go black when it goes black.
Channing doesn't text at night. It's because he doesn't know how to text. That's what I learned.
You push that side button?
Do you really not? Are you really not going to be able to access this script?
No, I got it right now because I want to tell y'all that everybody loves anniversaries and they're really, really special. And my friends at Ed Moore's are celebrating the 80th year in business. You don't do something for 80 years if you're not the best. That's why my buddy Chris Atkins, the GM over there at Ed Moore's, and his team, amazing people. Y'all see Teddy Moore's on TV all the time. Sawgrass Cadillac is commemorating this occasion by giving you special savings on Cadillac luxury. My wife has an all-electric Cadillac. You got to check out these all-electric Cadillacs. They figured it out. The all-electric 2026 Cadillac Optic, you can get that for just crazy $349 a month, and the all-electric 2025 Cadillac Lyrics for just $369 a month. Ed Moore's has been family owner operated for 80 years. They know how to take care of their customers. That's why we always tell you it's great to be backed by Moore's. Don't miss out on the 80th year anniversary savings. Go see my friends at Ed Moore Sawgrass Cadillac. They're the 6-time dealer of the year. Sunrise Boulevard and the Sawgrass Expressway. You can't miss it. Beautiful lot. You're not going to miss the beautiful cars. Then you walk in there, you're going to meet some beautiful people. You got to go to Ed Moore's. Visit EdMooreSawgrassCadillac.com. And remember, being backed by Moore's is special. From the trade-in to the sale to the lease to the service department to the sales team to everybody over there. My entire driveway is backed by Moore's. And I'm telling you, you're going to see it different when you're backed by Moore's. Click EdMooreSawgrassCadillac.com.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
You're not going to learn anything about sports on this show. I'm sorry, you're not. But I know McDonald's.
Modern social media. It's Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. Zach Gelbin for Hawk. The Panthers have taken a little shot at Jaylen Brown. Not a little shot. Like, it's not the biggest deal. Jaylen Brown, who is just a weird dude, he tweeted out, "I love cats." That's what he tweeted out today. Did 1.8 million views, him tweeting out, "I love cats." The Panthers responded, "Same." The Florida Panthers quote tweeted Jaylen Brown when the Miami Heat just got Giannis Antetokounmpo in the deal where Jaylen Brown was supposed to be in from the Celtics side, and they just wrote "same." That's a good job by the Florida Panthers social media team. Now, there's also an image online that Solana is probably enjoying a lot, and that is Bam Adebayo and Giannis Antetokounmpo, who were at the Aces game last night where the Aces lost. So I'm questioning Channing if maybe Giannis is bad luck since the Aces lost that game last night to see Asia play. But afterwards, I guess today, the two are inseparable. And I'm not talking about Asia and Bam because Bam and Giannis are working out. They put in some work today on the basketball court.
I love it. And you know, Bam's a grinder. Bam is Hall of Heat culture and all of that stuff. And if Giannis, the new beginning, and he's ready to come show out, and him and Bam are gonna get together, I can't wait to see this, bro. I told y'all yesterday, they about to take my money this year. The Heat are gonna have Heat. Y'all have my money this year because I'm going to games.
Channing has $700 in Heat credit as well. He'll be getting some free tickets. He'll get the 5-pack this year.
I was just checking my credits, my vouchers. I was checking my vouchers on JetBlue.
JetBlue. Channing was the only person upset to see Spirit actually go.
Oh, man. Yeah, I can't do this Frontier. I can do Spirit. I can't do this Frontier.
You definitely got that big comfy seat on Spirit. That first seat that you walk in, the big comfy seat, they give you the drinks and the food for $75.
Yeah, but you know me, because it ain't but $78 to sit in the big seat. I'm going up front.
Hey, Gelb, I would just like to run another quick little victory lap here because we've heard for years nobody wants to come play with Bam Adebayo. Bam isn't the guy that people want to come play with. There's a lot of Heat fans that feel that way, Gelby. And Giannis Antetokounmpo gets traded here. He only wanted to sign with a select number of teams, Miami being one of them. And within 24 hours, he's working out with Bam Adebayo. He's becoming familiar with Bam already, and they know each other. But I think, to me, it's an important thing to point out here that it disproves a lot of, I think, the criticism some people had about Bam Adebayo, that he's not like an attractive co-star to team up with, because clearly Giannis Antetokounmpo is very excited about that pairing.
I think Bam always has had two things going for him. That usually happens when you become a star, someone that is attractive to play with. One, he's one of those underrated Calipari guys. Two, this year, the 83-point performance. I know some jackasses like clowned it, and they're just miserable, insufferable pricks. I think I said on this show, like, oh, you got to go to the free throw line that many times. Him scoring 83, even though he's been a really good player for the last few years, it elevated that national brand where people are like, oh, Bam isn't just good. This dude is really good.
Yeah. And with Bam, and I agree with you 100%. I think that 83-point game put him nationally on the map because now, what is it? Wilt, him, and Kobe.
Yeah.
When you're in that group, you have to respect his name. But him and Giannis got cool in the Olympics. Am I wrong, Solana? That was the Olympic team.
Well, no, because Giannis didn't play with Team USA. I think you're thinking of Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid, because Giannis was playing with Team Greece.
With Greece, but I think if you're around Bam, you're gonna love him. To your point about the 83-point game, like Bam wasn't known in Wichita, Kansas until that 83-point game.
Yeah.
And now I think it cranked it up for him. But I've heard all about him being around Heat players and, even like UD's a part of the thing, talking to him. If you're around Bam for 10 minutes, you're going to fall in love with him in 8 minutes.
You know who Bam actually got close with? Because Solana and we led the show with LeBron maybe coming to Miami last night. LeBron tweeting out an old Giannis clip. You know, he's starting to play into the game. So now my entire Twitter, because these damn phones, just listen to everything I say. Clip of LeBron and Bam, I think at the Olympics, because it looked like they were in USA jerseys, where LeBron is going out of his way to sing the praises of Bam as they're walking down a tunnel. I'm starting to think there's a good chance, not just a chance, a good chance that LeBron James is coming back to South Beach, because the Lakers just paid Reeves. I think there's going to be some contention there. They're going to ask him to take a pay cut. I don't think they'll explain it well. The Cavs, are they going to give up some of their young pieces for 1 year of LeBron? If it's, hey, LeBron, go take a discount, LeBron James could be taking his talents back to South Beach.
Giannis at the 5, Bam at the 4, Braun at the 3, Jimmy's playing the 2, Solana's playing the 1, and they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Honestly, that lineup could go play for the Dolphins. The defense may actually be better. Halfley, call him up.
Come on, man. I would love it.
Solana, where you at on this?
No, you know how I feel about it, Gelby. I just don't know. Does LeBron James want to continue to compete, or does he want to do the retirement thing? That's what we talked about yesterday. But Crowder, we're looking at a situation where LeBron James, if he did a move like this, he came to play with Giannis and Bam, he's saying, I'm comfortable being the number 3 option on a team. And what I mean by that is impact. He's LeBron. He's the face of the NBA. I'm not saying he's taking a back seat to anybody, but you know what I mean? In terms of impact on the court, in terms of what's expected, he'd be the number 3 on a team. And hey, you two stars, you two superstars, you lead me. I'll do what I have to do. I'll play my role. He'd be the greatest third option in the history of third options that the league's ever seen.
Yes and no, because this year in Los Angeles, he was technically the third option. But I still think people looked at it like, oh no, it's Luka, LeBron, and then Austin Reeves.
Right.
So he's been that third option, where if he goes to Miami, he would be a third option. But I still think people would look at it nationally. Giannis 1, LeBron 2, and then unfortunately, I know we're singing the praises of Bam. They would bury Bam as the 3.
LeBron, one thing I respect about him is he has controlled his career, and he's a very intelligent human being. I don't think he cares. I don't think the ego is going to get involved. I think he knows LeBron in 2026 knows he's not LeBron in 2016. He knows it. He's smart enough to know it. So do I have to take a back seat? I'll take a back seat because he gave the reins to Luka with no problem.
All righty, Zach Gelbin for Mark Hochman. It is Hochman, Crowder, and Solana on this Wednesday. We are coming on back. I got a question for you guys on the other side. With all the stars coming to Miami and some championship aspirations on the way, we'll get to that question when we come on back in 5 minutes.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Crowder.
Hawk.
Crowder.
Hawk.
Unk.
Jim, you gonna mute me?
All right, it is the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour right here on Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. Zach Gelbin for Hawk, brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery. Good vibes on tap. I'm going to get funky here with a take. So we already know the Florida Panthers acquired Brady Tkachuk. There's a lot of rumors right now that they may be acquiring a new goaltender and trading for arguably the preeminent goaltender in the league in Connor Hellebuck. If the Panthers acquire Hellebuck, they are entering their era of the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Golden State Warriors, because they've already won 2 championships, and that desperation and that desire is burning and burning and burning. With the team that they have right now, they're good enough to go win the Stanley Cup. If they go get Hellebuck, and I know anything could happen in hockey, but you're also in series. It's not one game elimination like it is football or college basketball. It would feel like the season would be over if they add, in a span of a week, Brady Tkachuk and Hellebuck to an already elite team.
With Barkey coming off a year of rest and Marchand locked in for the next 2 or 3, come on, man. Hellebuck was hell a buck in that damn World Hockey Classic.
4 Nations,
and all.
yeah,
man. Come on, man. We're trying to capitalize. Bill Zito, I don't want to say he's sneaking up there with Pat Riley, but what he's done over the last 6 years is special.
He's been better recently than Pat. No, it's no knock on Pat, but the guy's won 2 Stanley Cups. He's been to 3.
2 Stanley Cups. He got Tkachuk. He traded, when you consider the trade of Jonathan Huberdeau, to go get Matthew Tkachuk, and that catapulted you into the best hockey team in the world for 3 years. Yeah, I mean, it's inarguable. It really is.
But you look at the Dodgers that just won the 2 World Series, and every year they add something. The Warriors, they won 73 games. I know they lost the championship, but then they go add Kevin Durant. That's what it feels now. If they get Hellebuck with Brady Tkachuk in the span of a week, that's what it feels like to me.
And let's give Paul Maurice his credit, because his style of hockey, which is very hard to play, but they're going to get very aggressive human beings that like to play that style of hockey, like to cross-check, like to play defense. Man, it's something going on down there, and it's about 10 minutes from my house. So the Panthers and the Heat are going to take my damn money this year, because I'm excited. Even if we don't get Hellebuck, we're going to have 2 great teams down here.
And let's be real. Year 1, John Summerall, Florida's probably not going to be that good. You'll be rocking the U.
I thought we were on the same page. We're excited. We're doing the let's get together thing, and you have to bring up Summerall and the Gators being terrible now for damn near a decade.
I love Summerall, but it's not their time right now. It's the U's time right now with Mario Cristobal. We're the effing home of the Miami Hurricanes. It's time for the U to go win this thing. But I look at it, Panthers have the best chance to win the championship this year. Then it's Miami, and then it's the Miami Heat. Those are the 3 teams that have a chance to win a championship in this town. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in soccer with Messi and all that, but those 3 teams, that's how I would order it. Panthers 1, Hurricanes 2, Heat 3.
The Hurricanes, interesting to me, because I think Mario's put together a great squad. You lose 2 first-round pass rushers and, 2 first-round linemen? And what is Mensah? I got to see what Mensah can do first. So there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions at UM.
Mensah going into this year is a better quarterback than what Carson Beck was this time last year. Mensah was a stud at Tulane, was a stud at Duke, and now he gets to go play with Tony. He gets to go play with Fletcher. He brings over his other wide receiver. Mensah will be, guarantee you, he will be a first-round pick this year. No doubt about it in my mind. He should be a Heisman Trophy finalist, and he should have a team competing for a national championship. But in football, it's so tough. It's like Notre Dame gets this protection. So if Miami loses a game or 2, now Notre Dame is top 12 protected. You could play a great game. Look at Ole Miss last year. They played a great game up against Miami in the semifinals, and at the end, they just lost. So it's tougher to win in college football than it is in hockey, because if you're the better team, it's a 7-game series. You could lose 3 games in a series and still find a way to wipe the sweat off in advance.
Yeah, and to see how different this offense is going to look at Miami, I'm excited, because they already put Tony in the backfield. Now you have Fletcher can run. You have a quarterback that's athletic, and Tony, and you have that three-headed monster, it can be special. I just need to see it right now. I need to see what it looks like, and especially defensively. I don't know if you knew this, Gelby. Reuben Bain was my favorite player in college football last year. I have a Reuben Bain jersey, a Tampa Bay Buccaneer jersey. I love Reuben Bain. What's that going to change defensively? To your point, there are so many more variables in college football than there is in hockey and basketball.
And also, it's like with how deep the Panthers are, if they have one injury to a star, if Mensah goes down, they're screwed. They're screwed. So also, how about Hawk, by the way? In Switzerland, this is the most random run-in I've ever seen. He's in Switzerland with his beautiful wife and his son. And his son notices an NBA player in Switzerland. And who is the NBA player? In the week where the Heat trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo, it is the man that Giannis basically got down on both knees and implored to get to Milwaukee last year, Miles frickin' Turner. The Hochmans are with Miles Turner in Switzerland, only on this show on 104.3 FM WQAM.
Yeah, he can go to Switzerland because he's extremely overpaid.
But I couldn't believe it. Like, first off, what a run in number one. Number two, how do you know Miles Turner? Like, how do you identify Miles frickin' Turner in Switzerland?
The Hochmans.
That's crazy.
I recognize him right away. I mean, he sent us all that picture, and
I thought it was Kwame Brown.
Gel was like, "Is that Kwame Brown?" I'm like, "Dude,
is it Mello,
bro?"
You get it on me for not recognizing Miles Turner out of uniform in Switzerland?
No, I mean, you just don't know ball. You just don't know ball. I mean, you Knicks fans are all bandwagon fans. Yeah. You all jumped on the bandwagon this year, obviously. I mean, what can you expect from a Knicks fan? You just don't know ball, bro.
Says the guy that told me that the Cavs were going to beat the Knicks in the conference finals in 4 or 5 games, right? Yeah. Says the guy that last year when I said the Knicks basically are Heat culture, you laughed in my face, and I told you that Brunson was going to be better than Jimmy Butler. You laughed in my face. Laughed.
And I'll tell you this, and I'll tell Hawk this when he gets back. Miles Turner's in Switzerland so that people don't talk to him.
By the way,
that's why I go to Jamaica every Christmas. I'm just a big dude in Jamaica. I have dreads. Everybody has dreads. I'm just a big guy in Jamaica. I can walk around freely in Jamaica. Miles Turner doesn't want to talk to damn Mark Hochman when he's in Switzerland vacating.
So I could say this because I'm Jewish, but as a large Jew, the Hochmans with Miles Turner basically look like me with all my friends growing up as kids. Jeez. Those Hochmans look small next to Miles Turner. How many Hochmans can you stock to make one Miles Turner? That's my question.
Oh, boy. How much Miles Turner weigh? He got to be sneaking up on 260, 270?
Bro. He's got to be 270, 275.
He looked good in that photo.
Hey, good-looking dude.
So Hawks, what? Hawks, 200 maybe?
Hawks?
Lower,
200? No way, man. Hawks in good shape, Crowder. Hawks been losing weight. I would never admit it to him while he's here.
I would say.
Yeah, 75. His wife's about 100. So Hawk and Lori.
Dangerous game here. I'm not guessing a woman's weight.
Make up of Myles Garrett.
And all Hawk eats is guacamole. Literally, that's all he eats. Avocados. That's it. That's all he eats.
But here's the difference, because I know you got on Hawk. It's like, oh, he doesn't want to. Miles Turner doesn't want to get bothered. It's actually a good move by Hawk that he didn't tell him like, oh, I'm Mark Hawk, but I do a show in Miami. We just got Giannis, like asking him things. I would have been there and been like, yo, Miles Turner, you've been talking a lot of crap on Giannis. Tell me some stuff here. Let's go. Like, get my phone out, start talking to him. Miles Turner in Switzerland, a little walk-in chat. I would have been getting views and views and views. Hawk's like, hey, where's the best avocado toast in town?
You want to take.
How much do you think Miles Turner, who is under contract for 2 more seasons in Milwaukee, by the way, his contract runs through 2029, but how much he's been in the NBA 10 seasons, guys? How much money do you think Miles Turner has made throughout his 10 seasons in the NBA?
I think he just signed something close to 200.
$315 million.
I would say over 200 million.
315.
It's not. It's 165 million, but once this contract ends, he will have made over 200 million because he's got 26.5 million coming to him this year, 27.8 million next year, and then a player option for 28-29 where he's going to make $29.1 million.
He's had to live in Indianapolis and in Milwaukee, okay? Not enough money if you're asking me.
When I hear these numbers, Gelby, I should have concentrated more on the hardwood than the grass. Because these dudes are making crazy money in basketball.
Nuts. Yeah, you're training your kid to be a basketball player, right? Now,
baseball, son. Baseball. My daughter's basketball. They just got a new CBA.
Too many games in baseball. You don't want to sit there 162 games.
Once I told the story yesterday. Once I saw Mike Trout get $444 million guaranteed,
Gotta work
I said,
harder.
Chan, we're about to go to the batting cage tomorrow.
Yeah, but 162 games, you don't want to watch 162. It's too much of a commitment.
He gets $400 million. We can get a box. I can take a nap. Wake up in the 8th inning, see what's going on.
All righty, let's get to headlines with Solana. Go ahead.
Headlines are brought to you by our friends at Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or at DoralVolkswagen.com. Hey, since we've been talking about who the Miami Heat could potentially add to their roster, try to shore up some of their shooting or lack thereof of shooting opportunities right now or options. Ira Winterman posted an article in the Sun Sentinel, Heat options for low-cost shooters. Do you guys want to hear the list?
Yeah, go ahead.
Clay.
All right. Okay, yeah. Klay Thompson is on this list.
Anthony Simons?
Actually, Klay Thompson is not on this list.
Too
Klay
much
Thompson
do-re
is not.
me?
Perhaps. Yeah. I think the question with Klay is if he gets bought out or not.
Let me guess.
That's the big question.
Anthony Simons and Gabe Vincent will be on this list.
Can I just go through the list? It'd be a lot easier. That way I don't have to keep scrolling down to find the players.
Oh, sorry.
Who we got?
You're like Crowder trying to find that read. It's a little bit difficult for you to scroll around to that phone. Oh, my God.
Who's our shooter, Solana?
All right. This is somebody nobody's brought up, but he mentioned Simone Fontecchio, who was on the Miami Heat last year, and they could bring back who's a three-point shooting threat.
He wasn't a threat when he was here.
Well,
what are we calling threats?
The Heat analytics that Solana has will suggest differently.
How are we?
He was the greatest three-point shooter he's ever seen, Solana says.
Define threat.
Then Channing goes to the points. He averaged 1.3 points per game. What are you talking about, Solana?
Oh, no. Let's not talk about stats, Gil.
Tim Hardaway Jr. and Chris Middleton are two guys we've talked about. They're on this list. Yesterday, I brought up the idea to you guys. Duncan Robinson somehow worked a trade from Detroit. He comes back to Miami. Again, there would have to be a trade involved, but that could work. And Duncan Robinson next to Bam and Giannis, that to me is the perfect complementary player. You know he'd love to be back in Miami.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd be down for Duncan.
And you know what? One thing that Coach L said, bad defenders now can be protected with those two trees in the paint. So that means something like the thing with Duncan was he can't guard anybody, but you got Bam and damn Giannis standing behind you. You don't have to guard too many people.
Yeah. Gabe Vincent Gelb, you brought him up yesterday. And Ira Winterman writes, speaking of former Heat players, there was a time when Gabe Vincent was a reliable three-point threat for the Heat during that 2023 finals run.
I'm coming home, coming home.
He got paid, didn't they? Didn't they give him $30 million or something like that?
The Lakers paid him. But his contract ran out. He's an unrestricted free agent.
What are we going to get next? An update on Mike Miller's knees next? Like, geez.
Hey, don't talk about my Mike Miller. You know I'm a Gator now. Don't talk about my Mike.
Yeah, two guys with bad knees that watch bad football.
Buddy Hield, Kevin Huerter, Malik Beasley, Anthony Simons, and to close out the list, Gelby, Landry Shamet could be a potential option for the Miami Heat to pursue this offseason.
You'd have a different tune on Landry Shamet now all of a sudden.
We'll see.
He'd be Ray Allen in Solana's mind.
If he's wearing a Heat jersey, I'm all in on Landry Shamet.
He was playing, man. He was playing in the finals.
Yeah. Read the full article, sunsentinel.com. Just a quick update. The Marlins did win today. The Fish are 3 games over 500. Shout out to the Fish. And you do have World Cup action continuing tonight. Brazil, Scotland at Hard Rock Stadium. By the way, with Bosnia and Herzegovina winning, it seems like that's going to be the USA's opponent in the next round. It's not 100%, but it's like 98% that's who the U.S. will face in the next round.
Where's the Uruguay update?
Cute. Uruguay
I'm
plays on
serious.
Friday.
When they play?
Uruguay plays Friday against Spain. They're not out of it, Gelb. They're still second in their group. But yeah, okay, Jimmy, shake your hands. You can't even find your lineage back to Spain. You phony. You absolute phony. You didn't have a Spain jersey. He's wearing a Portugal jersey, and he's talking about Spain like it's his squad. You phony.
You're such a bully. Like, Jimmy's such a nice guy, and you're just being
hear one peep out of Jimmy, if Spain beats Uruguay, it's on site, Jimmy.
They're going to get smoked.
Site. Yeah, okay.
Jimmy, remember, you control his mic, so you could just shut him up.
The
right.
best
really,
thing
because my-
Uruguay can do is tie, because I lost money on Uruguay for weeks now.
Yeah, we're going to get cooked. There's no doubt. We're going to get cooked. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is hot. It's humid. There is a special weather statement that's been issued for Miami-Dade County until 5:30 p.m., so it's another 10 minutes. But out in southwest Miami-Dade especially, expect some heavy rains over the next hour or so.
This is the one time I could say this. We got better weather here right now in New York than you guys down there. It's like 78 and sunny today.
Portland is beautiful.
It is. It's fine.
That's
No, I'm not talking about the city. I'm talking about the weather. Man,
brought to you by
these little Lego buildings out here. This is
No, I
tiny.
like Portland. I'm a fan of Portland. I just
These
forgot you were at
buildings
Portland.
They're made out of Legos. My son can build one of these buildings overnight.
That weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
Clay Ferrero is going to join us next. I'm saying this slowly to buy Channing time so you can have the best read that we've ever heard in the history of commercials right here on 104.3 FM. WQAM. I was actually going slow to hope that the screen was going to pop up black so it would mess him up again. But anyway, we're coming on back with Clay after this.
Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready, Gelb. I know that anniversaries are special, and this anniversary is something special. Ed Morris, they're celebrating 80 years in business. My man over there, Chris Atkins, he's the GM. Amazing team that they have. Y'all see Teddy Morris on TV. They are a family, and they've been doing this for 80 years. They are commemorating this occasion. You know what they do best? Giving the customers special savings on Cadillac Luxury and the all-electric Cadillacs. My wife has an electric Cadillac. I'm telling you, if you're looking for an all-electric car, if you're looking for a car, go check out this. Because right now, the all-electric 2026 Cadillac Optic is just $349 a month. And the all-electric 2025 Cadillac Lyrics is just $369 a month. I don't know how Chris Atkins is giving away these cars like he is, but you should go take advantage of it. The brand has been owned for 80 years. They know how to take care of their customers, and that's really how they've been around 80 years. They are the best. 6-time dealer of the year. They're off Sunrise Boulevard and the Sawgrass Expressway. Don't miss out on the 80th year savings. Go see my friends at Ed Morris Cadillac and edmorriscadillac.com, the website. And remember, you got to be backed by Morris. My entire driveway is backed by Morris. I'll go backwards. When you have the vehicle, they're going to watch out for you, send you text messages, send you emails when you need services, when anything's going on with the car. They know from your trade-in, they're going to watch out for you, give you the most money, to the lease, to the sale, the best percentages, the best prices. You got to be backed by Morris. Click Ed Morris Sawgrass, Cadillac.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Ain't no way Solana got a degree.